Hello, hello. I mean to say, hello, hello. The male gigolo. Gigolo? Oh, for some reason, Skippy, I thought you said juggalo, or I thought you were trying to say juggalo. Not sure why I thought that. I was assuming you were saying something about some kind of a juggalo, gentlemen. But, a male escort sounds more sinister. I'll be honest with you. My scene's gonna be messed up here. Ah, God, look at it! Oh, jeez, it's crazy! Alright, so maybe not on the shorts view. But oh man, it's a travesty on the regular. It's crazy. No one should ever have to look at that. Look at that clean ass. Well, also clean ass. But the clean ass thing? This thing? Whatever this is. It's an overlay, that's what it is. So I gotta make these sections fit here. Whoop, hey, look at that. Look at that. Look at me. I'm stylish in. I'm doing some stylishing. I can't see that very well. Oh, there we go. Now I can. Hey, look at me. Look at how stylish I am. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know what I'm saying half the time. Then that should be like, I don't know, 500 by 300. Can I make it fit? Almost, actually. I almost got there on the first try. Well. Wellity. Let's say 275 and keep it at 500. I'm starting to become a technological genius, if you will. We'll reduce the Heidelgate. We wrote it 600 and 250 on the width. All right, this should be it. Man, Skippy, I hope you're ready for a wonderful, fun stream today. It's going to be wonderful and fun. I really don't know how else to describe it. Let's stick with 300 on the width. Well, that works. It fits the frame. And it looks darn good. Beauty. All right. And then the display capture. Don't act like I'm doing something wrong, Chi-Chi. You know what's going on. She acts like a victim. She acts like a victim all the damn time. But she's not. She's crafty. And she'll get ya. Oh, she'll get ya. She'll get ya one. Your Jane heel is bouncing around in my colon. Why are you so horny today? Skippy, what's your deal? Have you not had companionship in a while? Reset that transformation. There we go. All right. If you aren't already aware, apparently D&D communities are a big thing, and people get really, very fervent and zealous over their communities. which, you know, I can't blame you. I ain't your dad, you know. I ain't gonna tell you how to act within your community. And I feel like if you are the kind of person that values, you know, like goodness and transparency, then I'd urge you to keep a gander. Get it? Because of the username of Goose. You get it? You get it? So keep a gander. The viewer count is going down immediately after that joke. But this is a sort of the lore so far, if you will, about I guess a current lolcow. I only recently learned what lolcow meant. You know, call me old, I guess. I am old, so feel free to call me old. But I only recently learned what a lolcow was, and I just kind of happened to be in a position to talk about this guy because he kept popping up in my feed, and I'm like, what the hell, man? Why don't you give it a rest just a little bit? But also, the responses to him popped up in my feed. But also, when I was watching this on the Actual Jake channel, by the way, shout out to Actual Jake channel. When I was watching this on that channel, I was seeing a lot of like claims about funding and a lot of claims about like why funding has gone wrong. So, what I would like to do is I would like to just start fresh. All right, on this whole drama, we're gonna start fresh. We're gonna watch the video seen around the world, and I'm gonna obviously try to chop it up, and I'm gonna play it faster than normal, just so that I'm not like taking somebody else's content and just playing it back. You get what I'm saying. We're gonna play it at 1.25 speed. If you enjoy, man, I want to say laughing at people. I don't enjoy laughing at people. That's, you know, that's probably not why we're here. Well, yeah, I had heard that associated with Jeremy, and I was surprised that I had known what a lolcow is this entire time, but was not entirely sure. I am, however, sure now. So if you haven't noticed, I got a fancy overlay now. I'm all fancified. If you come in here and you start watching a video, well, in the vertical view, you're not really going to see much except for just my face and whatever's playing right above. I like to keep that pretty minimal. But if you're on the horizontal view, it's looking all new and fancy and stuff. And it says over on the side, it says, just call me Goose. Pretty nice. It gives a little information on my streaming schedule. Bada bing, bada boom. All right? I feel all professional now. I feel there's like a little bit of a weight. I've been wanting to do this for a very long time. At least just have like a nice, tasteful overlay. Even if I can't quite pay for non-AI at the moment, I will be, you know, as soon as an artist who doesn't themselves use AI reaches out, I'd be happy to take their consultation. But so far, the only people that have reached out to me themselves also use AI. And I'm like, I can type in a prompt for a stream overlay. It's right here. Look, I can do that. I would just prefer to get something that's like, you know, hand-drawn or like really thoughtfully made. Like that's the next step, not other AI stuff. But, you know, it's something just gonna take a while, you know. It's gonna take a little bit. Could take a little finding. Could take a little searching. Babka. I don't know why I said Babka. I love Babka, by the way. If you're a fan of Babka, you are among friends. There's very little Jewish food other than like Jewish deli food, but there's very little Jewish food that isn't just like Middle Eastern food turned on its head that I like. But I enjoy babka. Oh my god. Oh, don't get me started on babka. Okay, so we're really just going to take this lore by lore element by lore element, and I want to preface this by saying that I didn't really know much, if anything, about who these people are, what the situation is. I am woefully underseasoned, if you'll excuse a little chef humor, I'm woefully underseasoned in terms of how this lolcow stuff works, how the drama shakes out. I get most of the stuff in my feed when I am just kind of browsing, because I guess that's my algorithm now. I get all the drama. I catch the drama. But it popped up, like this video popped up. It said something. It didn't say period before. It said, like, it had a name on it. Oh, I think what it was I'm no longer afraid to tell my truth, I think was what the title read when he first uploaded it, which is real good. That's real good stuff. So yeah, we're just gonna play it. Honestly, we're just gonna let it play.
The people here, this is going to be a video that if you've been a long-time viewer or someone who just joined in, I do apologize, because this is going to be a video that I have never made before. Why? Because I've always been a nice guy. And I have been labeled as a nice guy within this community, within creators. You know what? That's fine. I have enjoyed that title. I have been proud to hold that title. I love this community dearly. I love the people here because you guys have supported me, and you guys are just a terrific group of people. And
So, allow me just to say for a moment that when somebody labels themselves as a nice guy, it's kind of one of those things. It's like, you know how anyone can call themselves a chef? Not everybody should, though, right? I think, you know, we all kind of know that to some extent. But it's really one of those things where you're supposed to just kind of... okay, here's another one, a good one. You never give yourself a nickname, right? Like, you wait for other people to give you that nickname. Like, you can't just say, like, yeah, man, I'm Cool Breeze. Like, that would be pathetic. I'd be like, you might want to not. You know, you might want to not. But, yeah, like, just in general, I would honestly just wait for somebody to give you a nickname before you give yourself one. That's kind of how they work. You are given a title of something. I feel like that's a pretty big blunder. Let me actually, I think I can put some of this overlay in here. In the, what you call it? Are you going to register my... Oh, here we go. Okay. I'll let this play while I'm...
care about you guys so very much. I'll also say with this video, I know a lot of people might be like, oh, great, he's going off again, making something that is more around algorithms and numbers and things like that. Just stick to what you're good at. Stick to what you're passionate about. Well, guess what? I'm passionate about this community. I'm passionate about the people that I love within this community, and the people who have support.
Now, he's gonna start crying. Why is the screen gone black? Oh, OBS is freaking out on me. Hang on. I had to switch back to a different scene. Apparently I added a new scene instead of a new element of the scene. So hang on, give me a sec. Add source. Image. Hang on, I gotta wait for OBS to catch up. All OBS. Add that one. Shabam. Can you... Oh, I guess, okay. Here we are again, hi. No, I don't want to add a new scene. Oh my god. No. Not a new scene. New source. Come on, OBS. We got this. Add existing. Hang on, I gotta wait for goddamn OBS. Because it has to send a signal to Stream Elements, and then it has to send a signal to back to OBS. It's just it's overcomplicated, and you know, you don't want it all the time. Let's put that under the face cam. That works. See, look at that. It kind of works. Oh, you know what? I think why don't I just make my face cam bigger? Just have it cut off a little bit of that image. Bada bing! Look at that. Look at that. That's right. Don't mess around with me. I know how to make things stuff. I know how to make things stuff. Look at that. Look, we've got the whole image filled.
Me in this community, and I am sick and tired of seeing creators and events take advantage of this very vulnerable community.
Just, I know this is going to start getting pretty cringe pretty quickly, but just bear with me here. Just bear with it. I don't know why I hit the space bar.
It makes me so upset, and I am tired of being nice and not saying anything. I am tired of not saying anything when people have come up to me telling me what really was going on behind the scenes and whatnot, and being like, well, you're a nice guy, so we can trust you because we know you're not going to tell anyone what we really think. Well, I'm going to tell people what they really think because I'm tired of...
Because it's DnD, okay? It's DnD. It's where people go to hide. I don't know. I think since Critical Role has become popular, it's really DnD has become way more of an adult resurgence, everything in between resurgence. Like, I think a lot of people have, especially with the advent of you know, TV shows like Stranger Things showing people playing D&D. I think it's more of like an everyone thing now. I don't think it's really specifically just for nerds. Yeah. But after this video, I'm going to actually show you the origin of this guy. I remember seeing him a long time ago doing shorts and stuff, but I didn't really remember who he was. Now I do.
This. The Convergence? Yeah, that event that was hosted back in 2022 by some of the most biggest TikTok
4 years ago.
creators back then in the D&D space, some that are very like, oh, we're wholesome and we love you guys. You really want to know what they said about you guys behind the scenes? You really want to know how they viewed you? Because I'll freaking do it if they end up pulling a stunt like that again. You want to know where your donations went to that charity stream for that one D&D creator that put it on? Do you want to know why it was so weird that you never saw a receipt from that donation and suddenly...
Now, you know when people start appending their existing video with captions, like in the middle, and not instead just making that an edit, instead just like redoing the take or redoing the research, you know there's a little bit of a red flag going up there. All right? He's starting to qualify. And when you start to qualify, you're losing the debate. If you're qualifying before anyone ever gets the chance to respond to you. Now, let's ask ourselves, why did he make this video in the first place? I think he was pissed. I think he was jealous that somebody in the D&D space was doing something that he wasn't. And maybe he saw like he's having a midlife crisis. Clearly, he's nearing 40, if he isn't already. His perpetually surprised eyebrows tell me that he's probably a weak man. And the fact that he's got that puff on his chin makes me think maybe he's also got a weak chin. But, you know, I don't know. And Skippy, well, I'm going to start doing, hopefully, if I can get in with Cynical and we can start hammering out my character details, we're actually going to start doing sessions on Saturdays. I'm going to stream those, so you can see just a normal blue collar guy playing D&D if you'd like.
They're on vacation because I got the receipts. I have the DMs, and if any of these creators decide to try to pull a stunt like this again, I am calling their butts out. I'm yelling, I am frustrated. This is 6 years of pent-up aggression, and
my guess is this is 6 years of your content not being funny and you flailing and trying to find a new direction for your channel because you're doing your Nat 20 11-hour Nat 20 video got like 400 views. That's like my level of that's like my level of fame. So like I think, you know, what he's trying to say is that things haven't been working out for me lately. Things have not been working out for me. If I'm married, my wife hates me. She hasn't touched me in at least 8 years. If I've got kids, they're all living their life while I'm recording sketches on my green screen in the garage that we can't even use as a garage because I've covered the entire thing in green screen. That's where I go to do my little projects, honey. That's where I go to do my projects. I go there to be alone, okay, with me and all of my entirely green screened soundproof studio. I go in here to do my creatives, honey. Okay? Like, oh, can't you just leave me alone, honey? Tell the kids to stay out. All right? I know you want to do laundry or whatever, but I'm recording a sketch in here, okay, honey? Go.
this is unfortunately the thing that broke the camel's back, and I am frustrated.
So these guys, just look at their faces. They're just such a group of nice people. This guy is about to portray them as fucking like scammers. Why?
That broke the camel's back, and I am frustrated. I am sad.
Did you hear that? Let's hear that again.
The thing that broke the camel's
Listen to the
back,
moment
and
his
I am
voice
frustrated.
breaks.
I am sad.
And the heavy breathing afterwards? What emotion do you think he's experiencing?
The thing that broke the camel's back, and I am frustrated. I am sad that this community keeps getting taken advantage of.
That's like the same. That's like the what's it called? The Doom, like in the original Doom, like the sound when you get hit. It's very exasperated. His pulse is like through the frickin' roof. Now I know he looks a little blissed out right there in the frozen frame, but he's pretty angry. And yeah, I think most of this just smacks that he was not invited to whatever this thing was. And like you'll see, I don't know if you pick up on this, but it seems like he thinks that he's a way bigger celebrity than he like is. And especially after now, that ain't gonna happen. The poor guy seems to have gotten a superiority complex in his head, and it seems to be appalled that these people didn't even consider him for what financial. It'll become clear that it doesn't seem clear what role he wanted to have. He just wanted to be like their financial advisor, tell them how to spend their money. Again, weird. Definitely not how I'd be conducting myself, but
met so many of you, and you're all wonderful. Sorry, I didn't feel like I was getting emotional, but I'm.
Now tell me, honestly, would you do another take? Would you edit this part out? I would. I would. I've come pretty close to crying on stream before, but for a good reason. I was remembering my pup who died, who the anniversary of his death was about a week or two ago. I was definitely in my feels then. I was in my feels the year before that, right after he had died. So I get it. You know, being emotional on stream, being emotional when the camera's rolling, when you can't go back and do another take, I get it. Like, that's unavoidable. But this is a video that he recorded, had a script to, edited and put out on his own channel. And he felt comfortable enough with the reaction that he's having, with the red eyes, just all of that. Do you see that face? That will haunt you in your dreams. So this person, he's dead inside. And I think that his gripe is a narcissistic one.
I've met so many of you, and you're all wonderful. Sorry, I didn't feel like...
Now, from what I hear, excuse me for my unsubstantiated tea, but from what I hear, he's not really that well liked in general. Like, and so when he says, like, I've met so many of you, I don't think he's telling the truth. I think what he means is I've met so many of you in the comments. All of you people who say that you like my shorts. And I mean, yeah, he had like over 1 million subscribers before he started hemorrhaging. But his content isn't that funny. It's not that good. It's like if you are the kind of person that really enjoys a joke without a punchline, that's what his humor is. And that is a style of humor. I'm not saying that like to be insulting. I'm saying that if that's the style of humor that you like, it's valid, but it's not what I'm into. And so he's mostly known for doing shorts. And so let me just play his oldest short, just so you can get an idea of who he used to be. All right, this is who he used to be.
Hey, come on in. Thanks, man. What is that? It's a pentagram. Yeah, why? You told me to sanitize the house. I said sanitize the house. Hey, come on in. Thanks, man.
Just let it play again so you can absorb it.
Yeah. What?
So a paladin, I think. Who's the guy at the beginning? Is he a warlock?
Hey,
yeah, so he's a warlock.
Thanks, man.
Right, so the warlock's dressed normally, and so is the paladin. They come. He comes into the door, and he's scared that there's a pentagram on the ground.
What is that? It's a pentagram. Yeah, why? You told me to sanitize the house. I said sanitize the house.
So if we're just looking at this lore-wise, right? Just the lore that it is steeped in, the deep, rich lore, and we're gonna get real deep into the lore, okay? Just cast your mind into this setting, right? When the fuck was the last time your buddy asked you to sanitize the apartment? Ever? Oh, never. Right. Because that wouldn't happen. So, I know that comedy is nuanced. I know that people do all kinds of weird stuff, have all kinds of different, like, weird premises. But let's take a look at someone who does a good version of this stuff. Someone who I've been, oh my gosh, so obsessed with lately. Now, you know the name I'm typing in here. I hope you know the name I'm typing in. When was the last time I had a paladin friend? Never. Right, but even if you did, would he ever tell you to sanitize your apartment? The setup itself here is the problem. It's in the premise. The problem's in the premise. It's bad. So, this guy is very much in the same vein as one-shot questers. Very much in the same vein. Super, super normal. Like, it's totally like D&D. Like, you would see this shit on, like, as opposed to, like, Critical Role. This, to me, this is indistinguishable. Because I don't watch D&D shows, I don't watch D&D content. But this, to me, looks almost indistinguishable from a show like Critical Role.
Behind her.
See, look, it's...
Ruben's going to freak out a little bit.
This is good so far. This is just,
and
you know,
backing away and be like,
people who
"How
are
did you do that?
playing the game,
How,
right?
How did you do any of that? Stop it now.
They're doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing. Okay?
I don't want do any of this. I don't want to be here.
And again, I don't want to be playing other people's content for you. I just want to show you sort of a real short snippet of a normal person who makes the content that this guy is complaining about, yet really seems to really want to do. But so he creates shorts. His shorts are bad. This guy's shorts are really good. This is the guy, he's Aaron, the GM. This guy's shorts are really good.
So, Cynthia,
Yeah.
I have some dire news to share with you.
Oh no.
You are ever fortunate that I am the shadowy sentinel that stands at the edge of our combined domains as these apartment complexes.
Oh yeah.
For you see, after you had departed to your job at the Kinko's down on 4th Street, there was a man, a treacherous stranger,
Okay.
that did attempt to enter into your apartment past when you were gone.
Oh.
But you are fortunate, for I have already dealt with him.
Oh, are you sure it wasn't the maintenance guy? I made a request. There's
You
something
made a
wrong with my
request?
toilet. Yeah.
Tell me more of this maintenance man.
Well, I mean, there's a whole team of them, so I don't know who specifically.
team of
would
them.
come. Yeah.
And they stalk about into our apartments.
Well, not without. Like you have to ask them to come in, because
Have they entered into my place of dark worship, Cynthia?
have you had anything broken that you asked the complex to fix it?
Nothing that I have not righted myself.
Then probably you're fine.
Very well.
But wait, you said that you dealt with him?
Yes. Let's just say my dungeon is a little bit livelier than usual.
Oh, I really do need him to figure out what's wrong with my toilet. Can you, let him?
Toilet.
Yeah.
He is in
Your
danger.
toilet.
It's I don't know. It's making a
And you
weird
summoned
sound.
this man to fix the toilet.
Yes.
The man was there to fix the toilet. He
Yeah.
wasn't there to steal your
Steal your
saucy books.
saucy
My
books.
saucy book.
Large vampire and werewolf men on them.
Have you been in my apartment?
I must depart. For now, Cynthia, there's
Wait.
something I have to fix.
Wait, how do you know about my books?
Never mind that, Cynthia. I will be returning with you soon, and I will speak more about your saucy books.
Okay.
Farewell, Cynthia.
Yeah, please let the maintenance man go.
So his sketches are really good, okay? Now let's just play this guy's again. Now that we have a good frame of reference for what funny is, because now I can immerse myself in Oberix's world. You know, he's the Vile, right? Like he never had to deal with maintenance men before, right? So he doesn't know what to do. He knows what a toilet is, right? He knows that they live in an apartment complex, right? There's no reality breaking elements here. Except that he has a dungeon, which is hilarious. The very fucking premise of this completely breaks reality. It not breaks reality, but it breaks the immersion, because you would never ask somebody to sanitize anything. So I'm sitting here thinking, like, why the fuck are you like quibbling over the term sanitize? Did you come up with the punchline before you wrote the joke? Jesus Christ!
Hey, come on in. Thanks, man. Get up!
A simple outfit change with just clip art, name tags on the video itself, and a completely fake pentagram.
What is that? It's a pentagram. Yeah.
So, can you imagine the production process? You're standing in your fucking kitchen, and you're like, I gotta make a video. I'm releasing like 3 a day. What am I gonna do with it for this one? It's gotta be original, right? Nope. None of them have to be original. They can all just be rehashes, because there's a lot of those too. I watched way too much of this guy's
You
content.
told me to sanitize the house. I said sanitize the house.
So in comparison, I would say I have to rate one over the other. And, I mean... Oh, wait, hang on, what am I doing? This man can't be more than 5'3". I'm going to put a poll up. I'm putting a poll up in the chat. Let me know. This man cannot be a bit taller than 5'3". Let me know what you think in the poll in the chat, okay? Let me know what you think. I don't think so, but I mean, he seems like
Hey, come on in. Thanks, man.
he seems he's of average height,
Get up.
but his insecurity is speaking volumes.
Are you supposed to be Robin?
No, I'm not Robin.
Okay, well, this isn't that guy, but that's a good creator too. Tyler Shurin Magic. If you haven't seen, I'll just let it play. But body shaming Mondays are back. Body shaming? Nah. I'm saying that despite his height, he has an extremely insecure attitude. Perhaps because of his height. Or not despite his height. Yeah, no, I'd say despite his height. He's got a big attitude for such a little guy.
I'm from Gyatum.
Got him.
How old are you?
21.
Yeah, I'm from Gyatum.
If you don't know Tyler Sherwin Magic, Tyler Sherwin Magic, the channel, I'd urge you to check it out. I'm not going to play it here because I don't want to just play his content for you. It's very funny though. And I mean, I wouldn't be calling out a dude's height if he wasn't such a dick. Normally, I don't care. I would fold my short brothers into my breast. And then I would hug deeply while you cry into my breast. Sobbing. Joyful tears. So here's his most popular one.
Every D&D class's fears in 50 seconds. Magic. Horny Bard memes.
Oh, please stop. I can't keep up with the child support.
Their party being alive.
I just want to get away from you all.
The ranger when they're out hunting. Being stuck in a role-playing campaign only.
Peace for all.
Running out of key points.
Well, that's all I can do.
Missions.
I will take on any mission.
But they're stealth missions.
Just kill me now.
When they can't find the druid.
Oh no.
Mimics. Being versatile.
I can do 3 things. Take it or leave it.
Being accepted.
Nah. Yeah.
And just being a wizard.
I have spent years studying, learning, buying everything to become a wizard, and then a goblin with a freaking stick hits me and I die.
Every D&D class's fears in 50
Yep. If there was a punchline in there, I didn't hear or see it. You got a guy here in a t-shirt. This is the most popular short. 632,000 likes. You got a guy in a shirt. All of 5'1". All of 4'9". All of 4'9". And the reason why I use height as an insult is because I know that guys that are insecure really take it the wrong way. So it is a tool. It is a tool.
seconds.
Hyperbole can be a tool.
Magic.
But you see, it's just a dude in front of a backdrop. And I mean, come on. I mean, who am I? I'm just a dude in front of a backdrop. Well, this isn't. These are real. This is. I can't. My headphones only have a 3-foot cable. But that's real. That's all real. Watch. See? That's how you can tell it's real. All right? I don't know why I have a metal stick in my hand, but... All right? Don't fucking at me. Don't cyberbully me, okay? I was cyberbullied within an inch of my life last night. And I will not take it. So, I think it's pretty easy to see that maybe this guy doesn't put as much effort into his productions as other people do. And that's not to say that because of that, he's a bad guy. But this just kind of, I'm just building the foundation. I'm building the foundational lore here. I want you to have an idea of what this guy is all about before we continue with his tirade, so that you don't think that he's like, oh, maybe he's like a business consultant. Maybe he's like a management expert. Maybe he's really good at starting businesses, you know? Maybe he's got like a huge portfolio of, you know, administrative work that shows that he's good at telling businesses how to operate, like a consultant, like how I make my living sometimes, you know? Which is why I feel uniquely qualified to talk about this. See? And I even said uniquely, and you didn't notice. So that's how you know that I'm good at what I do. I can sneak little words by that I speak completely incorrectly, and you just got to take them because you didn't even notice they were there in the first place. Now let's check out this uniquely insecure man. Now that we have an idea, let us continue.
Like I was getting emotional, but I'm getting so much off my chest right now. If you don't know what Min-Max is a D&D production started by a group
Goddamn spam calls.
Short-form creators who are very athletic and also who focus mainly on like showcasing weapons and things like that. It was very exciting. They put out this video saying, hey, we want everyone to get together. We want to play D&D and we want to like show people what we can do together. And you know what? That's a really cool idea. That's super awesome. When I showcase this information that I'm about to dive into with Min-Max, I want you all to know that this has nothing to do with the creators that were asked to join Min-Max. This has everything to do with the ones who are producing Min-Max.
Just to clarify, they are the actors and the talent, all these guys, they are the producers. He's framing it like there's some production company, and this is kind of already sort of how we get into the sort of the deep end of things. He has like this weird conspiratorial air to his entire set of accusations, where it's almost like he's like trying to actively accuse them of stealing money and like embezzling and all these things. Like there's some secret society that they've formed that is like this has this mission to take down any honorable like players of D&D or people in the D&D community. Or people who, you know, the thank? What the fuck? Sorry, I'm looking at the potential spam that was. Why?
Much of what I'm going to say is based.
So I can't afford health care anymore. And they're like trying to call me to get me to sign up to healthcare. Fuck off.
Based off of my own experience putting this type of productions on. And I will also.
Which he doesn't. I just want to put it out there. The extent of his talent was not even a green screen. The extent that we saw of his talent was him changing outfits. Not even changing outfits, really. Keeping his shirt and pants the same, and then putting other things on. Like a little shawl, a cow print shawl. And to him, that's production.
Do my own due diligence to point out faults and my own mistakes that I also made when trying to put on something like this. This is...
Which she hasn't done. I looked. I looked around quite a bit to try and find evidence of him putting something like this on, and he's never produced any kind of D&D sort of at the table content. It's just been... I'll show you. It's like, it's nothing. It's like a little... Hang on. I gotta get this bowl built. I was supposed to be focusing on this. Priorities, right? So normally, or in his other videos, let's take a look at his regular. I mean, these are all still kind of like shorts stuff. See what I'm saying? Like, I don't even think that he has something on his channel that has to do with it. When D&D characters? No. He's talking about... he doesn't seem to have a lot of... Oh, is this him, like, gatekeeping D&D?
Now, before we begin playing our D&D session, we have a new player at our table. Introduce yourself.
Hi, my name's Duke, and this is actually my first time playing D&D. Oh, nice. What got you interested? I watched the series on Netflix called Stranger Things. The kids were playing the game in the show. Have you seen it? You know, I haven't seen it, but I'm going to support your decision for joining because everyone is welcome here. Oh, well, thank you. All right, and with introductions out of the way, let's begin. Reginald, Sam, your slumber is interrupted by the sounds of screaming. It echoes throughout the corridors, and it appears to be getting closer and closer towards you. I want to ready my action to cast Fireball in case it seems hostile, and I'm going to prepare calm emotions so they can feel some peace when they're with us. The sound gets closer and louder, and before you know it, Duke's character comes screaming around the corner. Duke, introduce your character. Oh, okay. I am a human fighter named Dart. Stop! Don't take another step. What is the purpose for this screaming? Was it because you were hungry? I brought some extra soup. Oh, wait, the prompt I gave you. Oh, right. My name is Dart, and I mean you no harm. In fact, you can call it luck that I found you, because the creature living in this labyrinth is approaching. You saw the creature? What is it? What does it look like? And at that moment, you feel the air get cold and still. You have this feeling like your soul is trying to be ripped from your body. You hear these windy whispers of footsteps
So far, I haven't found something to laugh about.
coming around the corner, and then you see it. A black mass of negative energy. A Nightwalker! Oh no! That is unfortunate. That's it? This is it already? Okay, what's a Nightwalker? It is a creature that can steal the life force of others by being 30 feet away from you. And it's resistant to almost everything. So, we have to think together as a team to defeat this. And if it kills us, only the wish spell can bring us back. No. Why does it have to be this? Oh, hey, it's okay. It's your first time, so I'll go easy on you. Yeah, you will, but when that thing shows up, we're screwed.
I'm so glad that I played this at an elevated speed. Holy shit.
Untouchable. Hey, it's all okay. You have us. Your friends are here to help you. Have some soup. No, you're not. Okay, I know how this works. The first rule that I learned while watching the Stranger Things series was split the party. Okay, wait, hold on. You got a couple things mixed up. The last thing we want to do is split up the party. Too late, I already took Sam with me. Sorry, Reginald.
Oh boy. Is this supposed to be like... I mean, I assume this is a sketch. It certainly doesn't feel like one. Normally with sketches, I'm like laughing. It feels awkward. It feels a little weird. It feels like the whole reason for him making this was to either ride on the coattails of Stranger Things or to gatekeep the D&D community from fans of Stranger Things. Both of which seem weird. Both of which seem like a little strange. Stranger things. Especially because this came out 3 years ago. I'm not sure. Maybe the last season came out. I thought it was like 4 years in between seasons, so there would have been no reason for him to be making this. It would have just been like, oh God, too many people are saying that they got into D&D because of Stranger Things. I can't believe it. You know, like, weird, right?
I'll be with you in spirit.
And why is it a sketch? Why isn't it just a video? Because the motive here doesn't seem clear. So let me put on my comedy hat for a second, okay? Comedy's nuanced, all right? There's a lot of things that we laugh at that wouldn't qualify as comedy. Those would be what Schadenfreude, right? Those would be like just the normal life circumstances that we go through all the time that just make us, either they tickle us or they're so unfortunate that it seems, because tragedy plus time equals comedy, right? They might be so tragic and traumatic that we laugh because we can't do anything else. Those are like involuntary laughing moments. Those are things that we don't necessarily control or have interest in. But holy shit. At least come up with a story. At least come up with a story that is befitting of the setting that you're in. If you're not doing that, you're just making a completely pointless thing that doesn't matter. And it has no direction. So it's as if I was to say, here's a complete, I'm about to read you, or I'm about to dictate to you a story, okay? The little boy climbed up a hill and grabbed a piece of bread for his ailing mother. He traveled down to the bottom of the hill and walked into his front door and then handed his mother the piece of bread. The end. It wasn't funny. It wasn't adventurous. It wasn't heroic. It didn't include a beginning, middle, and end. It just kind of picked up and then left off. Like, there is nuance to comedy. There's a little bit of gamesmanship. You know, you just want to explore the scene just a little bit. You want to put yourself into the scene and say, hey, like, a person came in to our table who has never played D&D before. They have watched Stranger Things, so they know some cursory terms. Even in Stranger Things, they don't tell you how to play the game. So there's a lot of mechanics that have been missing from this person's experience. So as a DM, I would probably take them aside and I would work with them to just kind of shore up the details just a little bit. And I would try to make sure that they don't take too many missteps. Like, I would try to mitigate whatever, you know, accidental, like maybe they speak out of turn. They don't know what they're doing. They roll the wrong dice. I don't know. I still have not played a D&D session. I am mostly a Vampire the Masquerade alum. And in a really, when I was like 8, I played D&D. So I won't date myself, but that's a long time ago. Quite a long time ago. So it's been a while. So I don't know the rules, but it seems like there's no point to this, I guess, is really what I'm getting at.
DM, no. This is good. He's learning. Let me handle this. Okay. You decide to split up. Sam and Dart, you go one way.
Just as an aside, just FYI, just for your fly. Hi, I'm Goose. I didn't even introduce myself. Oh my god. As you can see, I'm Goose. The username is in Hungarian Goose, but you can just call me Goose. I'm Goose. What's up? Hi. We're covering a lolcow today. Typically, we talk on Mondays and Tuesdays about current events and political stuff and religious stuff. Then on Wednesdays, Thursdays, it's kind of a wild card. Hang out. Have a good time. We're talking about this D&D nerd who thinks he's a celebrity. So if you like internet drama, then you're in the right place. For your fly, now that I've introduced myself, I turn the face cam off quite frequently. Not quite frequently, maybe twice a session, twice a stream. And it is for one specific purpose, is because I medicate myself with cannabis. And if you happen to do the same, please feel free to sync up. I'm about ready to blast off this bowl. I'm going to go ahead and let this play through to the end. But yeah, if you want to sync up, we're going to light up in 3, 2, 1. Cheers. Smoke them if you got them. I'll turn the face cam on in just a moment.
Reginald, you go the other way. Sam and Dart, you seem to have gotten away from the creature for now. I would like to take this moment to talk to Dart. Hey, buddy. Is everything okay? I don't know. Oh, come on. You can talk to me. I'm here for you. Have some soup. Oh, this part. Okay. No, everything is not okay. I have girl troubles. Well, do you want to talk about it? No, I want to wait it out for a couple of campaigns and then make it everyone else's problem and then bring it up at the worst possible moments. Oh, okay. But what I do want to talk about is why the Dungeon Master brought this creature to life! Excuse me, it's just part of the story. Yeah, and you all had training before this, and I haven't! And right off the bat, you show us the main villain, which means it's gonna come alive and kill us all. Okay, whoa. Okay, hold on. Yes, in the show, when the players introduced the main villain, it did come to life. But that is fictional. This is the real world. That will not happen. Oh, okay. Okay, oh. Man, you had me worried there for a second, man.
That's not even what happened in Stranger Things. That's not even... Like, I don't... What? A lot of mining to be done tonight? What are you, farming, Oh, what is it? What's top tier in Classic? Cobalt? So that's not how Stranger Things works. I don't know why you think that, my friend.
Troubles. Well, do you want to talk about it? No, I want to wait it out for a couple of campaigns and then make it everyone else's problem and then bring it up at the worst possible moments.
So at what point, these skits are so unfunny it's uncomfortable. Oh, yeah. Oh, I know. I'm right there with you. I'm really hoping for some comedy. But we've yet to find it. So why does the person see, again, this is what I say. This is why I say that comedy is nuanced. Why is he saying he has girl problems? Is that part of the series. You know, Mike and Eleven, they get together pretty smoothly. Like they set them circumstances, trauma bond, whatever. I don't think really anyone in that series experienced girl troubles. So I don't know why that's a narrative detail as an essential part of this.
Well, do you want to talk about it? No, I want to wait it out for a couple of campaigns and then make it everyone else's problem and then bring it up at the worst possible moments. Oh, okay.
And is that a trope? Is that something that happens a lot in D&D campaigns? Is he like folding in only D&D players would get this? You know, like is that like an inside joke? That people who have relationship problems wait until the worst possible times and then like say them as their characters? Is that a thing? Because I don't know why. I don't know why.
Hey, but what I do want to talk about is why the Dungeon Master brought this creature to life! Excuse me, it's just part of the story. Yeah, and you all had training before this, and I haven't! And right off the bat, you show us the main villain, which means it's gonna come alive and kill us all. Okay, whoa, okay.
So we're melding realities here within the lore of this skit. The character seems to both not recognize that this is just a game, but also be afraid that the DM or be upset because the other players have had training, but he hasn't. It's more confusing than anything, really. It's not funny like at all, and it hasn't been. But at this point, it's just more confusing than anything else.
Hold on.
He's mixing reality with the game world, and it's throwing me for a loop. It's hard to wrap my head around.
Yes, in the show, when the players introduced the main villain, it did come to life. But that is fictional. This is the real world. That will not happen. Oh, okay. Okay.
And so this person, just because of watching Stranger Things, now thinks that this would happen in real life, that a monster would come to life from a D&D session in real life. And they're genuinely relieved when it doesn't. So this person is just a crazy person in general. Like they shouldn't be in any group, let alone a D&D group. So where's the punchline to this? Is this funny?
Man, you had me worried there for a second, man. I thought the rumors were true, that we were all just satanic and we were trying to bring these creatures to life. Excuse me. I'm sorry, Dungeon Master. Please continue. All right.
Incorporating elements of the Satanic Panic? Has this guy ever actually played D&D before? I am getting strong, never played D&D vibes from this guy.
Glad we got that out of the way. Now, back to the game. You all managed to come back together. You stand side by side in preparation to exterminate the Nightwalker. What is your plan? Well, I think you just described what we're gonna do. We're gonna stand side by side as a party, and we're gonna win together. Oh, is this not the part where we kill off the most lovable character? Sam? It will all be okay. Remember, he's learning. I guess you're right. But we should probably get you to a hospital. Oh, just kidding. Okay, I think murder is a perfect excuse to end today's session.
And so now it is real life? So the person writing the joke can't even get reality correct? Is, I guess, what it seems like at this point?
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I ruin it all? No, you didn't. You were just confused. Remember, not everything you watch is 100% accurate.
Right, but now in complete departure from reality, the DM doesn't seem to care.
I knew it was gonna happen! Don't be silly, it's probably the light bulb going out. There is no creature coming to kill us.
And then it blurs the lines of reality itself for no reason. That was bad. That was not good. Like, that was just not good. So where did he do any of these? Put these on, you know, because he's put productions on like this before. So where did he do that? Where is this? Where is that in his catalog here? Well, it's nowhere actually. He actually does not play Dungeons and Dragons at all. Yeah, apparently it was his wife that convinced him to start making these videos, which, you know, good wife. Like, that's it was pretty lucrative for him at the time, it seems like. But yeah, apparently he does not play Dungeons and Dragons at all. And I know he hangs out with people who do Dungeons and Dragons because the source I heard that from was a former player of a former guy that he used to play with. Yeah. So yeah, I wasn't seeing any no. I wasn't seeing any video of him actually playing the game. Oh no, is he actually like... Oh, here we go. Is this him? He finally got to play Dungeons and Dragons? So the man concerned with the vulnerable community is taking advantage of the community. Yes, usually they are.
Series that I am creating where I just
It is usually the people who seem the most concerned who are the grifters. The grift is always coming from inside the house.
recap my D&D adventures that either happen at my own table or at an event that I'm at. I'm just here to, you know, tell the story of what happened. It's going to be kind of untraditional than what I'm normally known for. You know, I'm known for my characters and, you know, being in front of the green screen and whatnot and having a script and following that. Yeah, I can't do a lot of that stuff anymore because I play stay-at-home dad most of the time, and I just do not have a lot of time. But I'm still...
So he's unemployed. And, I wonder how long that's been going on for. I feel like at some point, after making his little sketches for so long and like just not really being able to make a living off of it, his wife was probably like, either you fucking start taking care of the kid or I'm leaving. And he was like, oh, all right, honey. I'm sorry I got so emotional. I'm sorry, honey. Please don't leave me. Your parents hate me. I think I can make myself cry on command. I almost did it. Hang on. I think I can do it. Bear with me. I got a tear. I've got a tear welling up. No, I'm pushing too hard. Nah. It's got to be more natural. It's got to be a moment where I catch myself off guard. I'm going to make myself... I'll see if I can make myself cry, because I was on the edge of tears there when I was just making fun of this man.
We're gonna have fun. I'm excited to be able to have these discussions.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. It's so fun. It's really fun that I can't make my content anymore. It's really fun. It's really fun. It's really fun. All right. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be so good. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be good. We're gonna push forward this new direction in my life, and I can't play my characters anymore. But it's great. It's great. It's fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. Think of Pebbles dying when you were a kid. Pebbles? When I was a kid? Is Pebbles a character in WoW?
and to be able to tell these stories and you guys see more of me.
Is that like somebody's
rather than
familiar or some shit?
focusing on the music or, you know, major
Just
edits or
Pebbles.
things like that. Let's jump right
I don't know
into
what Pebbles
my
is.
first D&D
A
story,
hog.
which is actually from my home game that I'm running right now. I am running my
prize
very
hog.
first home game that isn't in front of an audience. This story takes place in a
Crag
world
hog, a
called
crag hog.
Element. This world has
Or a crag
been
board.
made and ready to be used for over 3 years now. Now, you might be wondering, hey, why did it take 3 years to use this world that you created? Well, it was ready 3 years ago with a different group of players. And after we got everything set and we got schedules figured out, 2 of the players, after joining my game, went, hey, we joined another game. Could you move your schedule around so we can play at this game?
This is all lies. He's either he's really bad at writing, or he's making this all up on the spot. But this is all lies. I don't think this man has ever played D&D. You know? He also tried to start a streaming service. A streaming service. Pebbles was my pet gerbil? No, it wasn't. I had rats growing up.
The campaign immediately ended before session.
What was
your
that?
schedule around so we can play at this game? The campaign immediately.
Why did the... Dude, do you like listening to podcasts? When I'm, like, doing something monotonous, sure. Like, fake WoW players, you can sniff them out miles away. Yeah. I guess. Is this... Well, whatever. I don't know if this was an audio issue.
Another game. Could you move your schedule around so we can play at this game? The campaign.
He's making this all up. Again, this is all lies. None of this is true. None of this ever happened. His friend ratted him out. He's never played WoW. WoW. He's never played D&D. It's so weird. This is like such strange behavior. Even, I guess, what, 6 years ago, whenever the other video was, still no punchline. I mean, like, it feels weird. It feels weird that he's so steeped in the community and he thinks that they're being taken advantage of because people did things that we'll get further into it, but like this is, he's just either he's really bad at script writing or he's just making this up as he goes.
Immediately ended before session 1 even started because of that. And I'm not.
I'm putting this on here so that you can see how he talks about production quality. You know, you can kind of see his setup a little bit here. You can see these, you know, plastic toys on the wall that he's got mounted. I've never mounted a plastic toy before, but I can, you know, thematically, I guess. And I mean, it looks a little haphazard. It looks a little janky. Like I've found these at thrift stores before. Not to say that, like, I'm not judging his, you know, his, I'm not purely judging his things here, but he himself says many things coming up, about production quality. Like he knows better. And he talks about these productions I've put on. Like my green screen setup looks better than his. But Cynical, are you familiar with this guy? He claims to be an authority of the community. If you ever find yourself looking for something to listen to, the guy who runs the Free the Rabbits YouTube channel jumps into some extremely cool topics like, do you find Aleister Crowley? Yeah, of course. Of course, dude. I'm about to self-tattoo, do what thou wilt on my fingies. It's a little fun jab at the Illuminati. It's going to be like, cause I do this a lot. I steeple my hands a lot, just in general. And so I'm going to get it do what thou wilt. Like that. And I'll just be kind of like, that'd be pretty cool. And I have Know Thyself, which is a left-hand path thing. Did an 8-part series about how Aleister Crowley was a secret triple agent. That would be interesting. I haven't heard about that. Triple agent, huh? I didn't know that was a real life thing. I thought that was only something you could do in like a funny ha-ha sketch, if you will.
I'm over it. I promise. I'm 100% over it.
Yeah. Is he really like being sarcastic? Is he really being meta sarcastic right now? Like he knows that people won't believe him if he's already self-deprecating without the need to, thinking that, oh, people are going to say this about me, so I'm just going to put it out there to put out that fire.
A game went, hey, we joined another game. Could you move your schedule around so we can play at this game? The campaign immediately ended before session 1 even started because of that. And I'm not bitter. I'm over it. I promise. I'm 100% over it. I'm still not salty about being asked that. Now,
what? He had 3 years, and he's still pissed off about people not being able to make a schedule? Because they were having too much fun? They were living their lives? He dives deep is why he called the podcast Free the Rabbits, dives in the rabbit hole. Yeah, I mean, I'll check it out. I have not heard of that, but sounds interesting. A triple agent, like, spiritually or like in a governmental capacity, like he was doing double duty for like a socialist regime or something, because that would be cool. Aleister Crowley, the most evil man in the world, which I'm not sure he deserves that title anymore, even though I think it was under a very specific circumstance. I still you know, I don't think sex magic is the worst thing in the world right now. But, yeah, it'd be interesting to know that a dude who was like that, who owned, I believe, a caracal, and had like a raven for a friend, would be a secret agent of some sort. That'd be cool.
just a little
It's
bit
like some magic casting 007 bullshit, you know? You love that. You love to hear it.
of a background with the world that we're going to be playing in.
So yeah, bitter for no reason. Bitter for no reason. A campaign fell apart. I'm sure that happens. You know, I have experienced... I haven't even played a campaign yet, and I've experienced that twice now. So I don't know. I things fall apart. Things get moved around. You have to, like, you know, be able to fucking live your life and shit. Like, that's sort of the priority, right? If you can't pay your bills, you can't play D&D anymore. And so, like, this guy just... It's like, no, I'm sorry. True players will play when I want them to, all right? And they don't join other games, all right? You're not allowed.
So the world
So
was
says he.
created by these things that the people of Element called the Keepers. They are the creators of Element. And we have time, light, darkness, air, fire, water, and earth. Okay?
You're throwing time in there. Now, it's not a dynamic that I've heard of in the spectrum. We need to get you going to Saturday game. Probably have like 27. Yeah, I'm this week I don't have any obligations after like 5:30, so every day I'm available. So we can hang out whenever. Whenever, dude. It gives him credit for actually helping start World War II. I believe he thinks Crowley was working for Europe, Germany, and America. That would be complicated. Dunamancy is time magic. It's pretty common in 5e after introduced via critical rolls and entries. Well, yeah, I was going to say that's not something that I've heard on the spectrum of this type of stuff, like fantasy stuff. And you kind of see it, you start to see it more and more often, like with Chronomancy and WoW, and Chronomancy in Marvel Rivals is a place where you can find some Chronomancy. There's another one that came out fairly recently, like an MMO. Can't remember. He was playing them all for his own benefit. But yeah, I mean, Aleister Crowley, like I said, do what thou wilt. You know, he's kind of he was kind of a guy who enjoyed liberty.
Okay, so they created Elamic, and after the creation, they became weak. And so they went and protected themselves from what they had left of them inside humanoids, which we call the Sages. And the Keepers are hoping that they can gain enough power back where they can be, you know, whole once again.
Okay.
Well, that didn't happen because the Water Sage attacked the other Sages and caused the flooding of Elamic. Now, I know everyone's going to be saying something about Avatar and how the Water Nation attacked. But you know what? Maybe I was inspired by that. Instead of fire, I made water. Well, because of the Water Sage's attack on the other elements, the Water Sage caused a great flood, which covered, I believe, 75% of Elamic's land. Great. So it just kind of barely got inhabitable, and there's only just a few places to live on Elamic. So the main problem that...
Is this a set of well-known locations and circumstances that exist within the universe that he's just kind of taking creative license with, or is he making a lot of this stuff up? I'm curious. I know that there's like established lore for D&D, otherwise the movies wouldn't be a thing, you know? Come on, movies. All right, why would there be movies? Speaking of, I got a really good idea. And for those of you who don't know, if you don't watch the stream regularly, I try to do some writing. I do some fan writing, like some fan canon shit. It's fanfic mostly. It's not like sexual fanfic, but I have no other way to. I do fan seasons. I do like how I would do Marvel movies and shit. It's just a pastime. But I got a really good idea for how I would make a Schedule 1 movie. If if anyone's got a couple $1 million lying around to make it, it's a good idea. It's a really good idea. It actually plays on the mechanic where you can extend the evening as long as you need to, and then you sleep. The only time that time moves forward is when you go to sleep. I'm not going to give too much of it away because I'd like to write it, but that is a mechanic in that universe, and I think it'd be fun to play around with. I see like a vision of a drug manufacturer sitting over a sprawling neighborhood, like on maybe like the edge of a billboard, kicking his legs over, drinking a cuke, you know? And it's like 4 a.m. and the police are just standing on like one corner. I have a vision. I have a vision.
The world of Elamic is facing is an overpopulation problem, which one of my players asked, is it because they don't know what birth control is? Now, children, if you don't know what birth control is, it's when the stork comes and delivers the baby on the front step. And when someone takes birth control, it becomes hunting season for the storks. So the storks don't come around. Okay, that's what birth.
So instead of discussing sexual themes, because I guess this channel is geared towards children? For some reason? Instead of talking about a sexual theme, he decided to talk about people murdering the storks that bring babies to families. I don't know if he thought that out, but it's a bit morbid. It's a bit more of an extreme topic, because then the babies that they're carrying are going to fall to the ground. Like, what? You're not if you're telling this to children, they're gonna wonder, What happened to the babies in their beaks? And he's going to say, I'm no longer afraid to tell my truth anymore. We'll get there. We're still navigating. We're still building the foundation under this man. Okay. Now, you gotta wonder. Okay. Is this good production quality? Is it? It could be. That's subjective. You know, we all have different levels of what we accept with our eyeballs. That's what they're called. I didn't just say eyes and then balls right afterward. They're eyeballs. I won't compare. He does a good enough job of that in his takedown video.
Not an attack to stop the production of Min-Max. This is a call out on mishandling supporters' hard-earned funds of over $100,000.
Now, Business Goose says, this is a really bad business decision, being the owner of a business, as he is wont to be. Don't use legal terms when you are addressing concerns that you might have, or be really good about putting alleged in front of things like that. Because mishandling, that's a legal term, hun. And you could potentially get sued for defamation if your claim turns out to be false, which it almost certainly is. And if this is just hyperbole, don't be a dick. I mean, I think that's pretty universal. The D&D movie, not the one with Marlon Wayans, which was the first one, I believe. With it had Eric Roberts in it. Not Eric Roberts. No, it had not Eric Roberts. Jeremy Irons. It had Jeremy Irons in it. Come on. All right. Yeah. Sword Coast of Faerun in the Forgotten Realms. It's like 100 novels worth of lore in that word. God dang! Yeah, dang! That's a lot of lore.
I want this project to succeed. For my friends...
Hang on, I want to play him crying again. Hang on. I want to play him crying again real quick.
Like that, just stick to what you're good at. Stick to what you're passionate. That charity stream for that one D&D creator that put it on, getting so much off my chest right now.
Oh, here we go.
It's
Yeah.
unfortunately the thing that broke the camel's back, and I am frustrated. I am sad that this community keeps getting taken advantage of.
Which, by the way, is not happening. I want to make sure that that's clear. If you're feeling sympathetic, don't. He's fair game at this point. He published this. He put this on his channel. He's getting emotional over something he had nothing to do with. He didn't even contribute to the crowdfunding campaign. He didn't even contribute to the crowdfunding campaign. He didn't even pitch in. My dude. Look at
So I
him.
bet so many of
Look at
you,
his. Look at his.
and you're
He's
all
just.
wonderful. Sorry, I didn't feel like I was getting emotional, but I'm getting so much off my chest right now. If
He's
you
just
don't
so
know
angry.
what Min-Max is,
So emotional. My lord. Let's go back to where we were. Seems pretty tongue-in-cheek. He seems tongue-in-cheek.
make a video
Or
offering an apology and go into
What?
detail
I'm missing
what
the
I like
context.
about this production. With that all being said,
My nose
let's
is
jump
still.
into this first slide,
my
shall we?
sinuses are
And
still
as a
messing up,
graphics person
messing
and
with me.
how I go about things, I see things a little bit differently when it comes to graphics. I work at a graphic design place.
I mean, if this was a drinking game and I wanted to get like completely smashed, I would say drink every time whatever he's saying sounds like bullshit. I'd be pretty drunk by now. It later does turn out to be bullshit. He admits he only spent a year in graphic design. And didn't include an apprenticeship or any kind of instructive material or qualification.
Like this. This is not an attack to stop the production of Min-Max.
Now, this is not the content he makes. Just so you know. This is not, he doesn't do this content. Cynical, you might have seen him. This is where I remember him from. So I'll just pick a random one, and you can tell me if you think it's funny. Okay, they're all sketches. He does sketches. He's a sketch maker, I guess. Okay, so let me know. Just tell me if this is funny. Just tell me if it's funny. Just give me a little guffaw if you found it guffaw worthy. Okay.
Bart, did you take care of the dragon problem? Oh yeah, I just laid the last of the dragons. Slayed the dragons. Laid the dragons. Slayed the dragons. Laid the dragons. What did you do? Daddy! Oh! Bart, did you take care of the dragon problem? Oh yeah, I just laid the last of the dragons.
So in this universe, we've encountered. I got auto-modded. Were you trying to say guffaw? Is guffaw auto-modded? In this universe, we're to believe that. I said pretty common joke about bards boning everything. Yep. We are to believe that a simple miscommunication resulted in a hybrid dragon-human. The mechanics of which I assume would be near impossible, considering how ornery dragons can be if you try to touch their gold, let alone anything else. I'm not sure what the lore is saying here. I'm not sure if it's maybe I'm lacking that perspective. You know, I don't know much about the world that this fantasy exists in. But I'm going to say I don't think it was very funny. I just don't think it's very funny. But that's what he normally does.
This is a call out on mishandling supporters' hard-earned funds
Oof.
of over $100,000.
I hope they don't sue him.
I want
that's
this
a lot of
to
money.
succeed. For my friends, the ones who are a part of this, and to the fans who donated. What I'm about to provide is in hopes that this production gets to the level that we were told it would get to. And if I'm proven wrong,
I didn't even know that it was like that predominantly. Like I've heard people make jokes about bawdy bards, but I don't. That's not something that comes to my mind when I'm like thinking about a world that I want to live in, or like a world that I want to fantasize in. I think about goblins and cobbled together like primeval cars or lizard people and skulls. There'd be no bananas in that fantasy, because bananas are man-made. Essentially, bards are charisma main stat class. Okay. To me, charisma is like I can handle a crowd, you know, as opposed to riz like the kids see it nowadays. So if you're going to chat up some ladies or whatever charisma stat, you will perform the skill check. Oh yeah, okay. Weird.
and they
Weird
did do more
fixations.
future videos after episode 1, I will be more than happy to take this video down, make a video offering an apology, and go into detail what I like about this production. With that all being said, let's jump into this first slide, shall we?
You can't just start with what, because now I'm putting on my manager hat here for a second. You don't just tell people what they're doing wrong. You want to put it inside a compliment sandwich. That's a really good way to do it. You say something that you like about the campaign, and then you say, and maybe like if you guys decide you want to change the lighting a little bit, You can like buy this one that I really recommend. It's really reliable. But all in all, this thing's looking really great so far. That's called a compliment sandwich. Oh yeah, I wouldn't imagine like most reasonable people would include stuff like that.
And as a graphics person, and how I go about...
As a graphics person. Now you saw his studio, right? And you saw his... you haven't seen his green screen work. He certainly doesn't use the corridor cruise algorithm, I can tell you that much. It's bad.
Things. I see things a little bit differently when it comes to graphics. I worked at a graphic design place for a year.
Now, he didn't say a graphic design firm. He said a graphic design place. Which, fair enough, I'm speculating, leads me to believe it was a Paper Plus or like a Kinko's and not anywhere close to actual graphic design. But I'm inferring. I might not know. But I have a very concupiscent, I don't know how to say that word. Hypersexual drider. Spider creature? Oh god. That's scary. Too many arms. Too many legs, too many arms.
And it taught me so much. It taught me everything that I needed to know about creating product or like graphic design within production. So
the place that he worked at for a year, he's crying in this video. He's just to keep the context in mind, he's crying about this production. And his qualifications so far are that he's put on productions like this before, but his story about the first time he got to play D&D, it never came to fruition. And I guess, I mean, I can try to continue watching that. It was horribly boring. But I'm guessing he never quite gets there. And the place that he worked at for a year, the graphic design place, you know, which makes him a graphics guy, taught him everything he would ever need to learn about graphic design for productions like this. You saw his clip art, right? The clip art that was floating above his people's. It's not very good in quality. It's not very well done. Not well keyed for someone who claims to be a design guy. That's just an observation that I'm making. He's making his own bed here. As a person who consumes a lot of content regarding TTRPGs, and not specifically 5e though, I've seen his shorts, but they all seem like super generic D&D jokes. So, I'm going to try and find... let me see if I can find this. There's a guy that used to play with him. I don't think it's this guy.
So everybody, so today I want to talk about it's Worf now, but they got a big team working with them. This is just...
I think this guy is actually defending the guy, the dude. I think I saw this elsewhere, but there was a guy on a TikTok who responded. Oh, here it is. Sound.
I'm not really a content creator anymore, so it's like my opinion is the least most important opinion when it comes to any of this stuff. But
so this will give
I really
some context.
wanted to tell our experience about working with this one particular person involved in all this drama, okay? So for those who are unaware of the drama, there is this actual play show called Min Max that just came out, and they brought together a bunch of like martial artists and swords people and people with whips and all kinds of action-y people to come together and play D&D, and they raised a bunch of money on GoFundMe, I'm pretty sure. They raised like $100,000, and then they put out their first episode, and it's fine. It looks like an actual play show. I'm not really here to talk about all that. It doesn't matter.
It looks good. It looks fine. I've seen it too. It looks fine.
Producer, so that part doesn't matter.
It's like it's.
Want to talk about?
It's something that I don't know that I would necessarily sit down and watch the whole thing of, but it's exciting. It's good. It wasn't bad. It's what is Jason Matsoukas. Jason Matsoukas? Yeah. He was in Taskmaster, and he ate like a thing that he was supposed to pretend was delicious. And he was like, it was okay. It was all right. It was good. It was not bad. It was okay. It was all right. And just the way that he did it, his cadence was really funny. Sorry, I was just thinking about that.
The response of a guy named Duke, aka One Shot Questers. He put out this random hit piece, which is weird because he only makes like stupid bard videos and like horny bard videos and stuff like that. He put out
he called him out. He called him out exactly. He said basically what you said. It's like he's very one note, very like it is exactly just fluff, I guess. Noise.
A hit piece video calling them pathetic, saying that alleging that they misappropriated funds.
See, he knows how to use legal terms. He's saying that he alleges they misappropriated.
And all this other stuff, and he broke down how much all of this stuff costs, which is all wildly wrong, by the way, but... There was one thing at the end of that video that made me make this video. I wasn't going to say anything because, again, I'm not a content creator anymore. It doesn't matter, but we have extensive experience working with this guy, Duke, from One Shot Questers, and I kind of wanted to give my side just to add a little bit more context to the situation. So here's our experience with One Shot Questers. When we were just starting out, we had reached out to a bunch of different content creators for collaboration, hoping that we could network and piggyback on some of their viewership and everything. We had made a couple videos that had gone viral. We had about 2,000 or 3,000 followers at that point, and a few people responded, and they were amazing, and we had a lot of fun doing collaborations on a lot of our earlier stuff. Another one of those people that responded was Duke from One Shot Questers, and we were super excited because he had 1 million followers, and we were like, oh my god, this is going to be the opportunity of a lifetime, like so much visibility and a chance to meet this guy and network. This is like literally an opportunity of a lifetime for some fledgling creators like we were. And not only that, but he lived 15 minutes away from us. I'm not going to dox him. I'm pretty sure he says where he lives, but I'm not going to say it. But we live 15 minutes away from each other, so we were like, oh.
Seemingly very normal right now. Seemingly just total like regular people talking about collabs and shit. Just run of the mill. Pretty average.
Great, we can meet in person, whatever. This is going to be awesome. So we make plans for him to come over. He comes over, and instantly we could just tell that this guy is just not chill. By that, I mean, he always has to like needle you and neg you. Like, he would like look around your house and like look at our D&D studio and be like, whoa, this is kind of a tiny spot for a D&D studio. And he's like, oh, this is your equipment? And he's like, what mic is this? Just like little needling and negging things like all the time, which we'll come back to later because there's a hilarious one at the end of this one. But we kind of just brushed past that because this was an opportunity again. And anyway, he asked who else we're collaborating with. So we tell him, oh, we're collaborating with this, this, and this. And
he's Duke in this scenario is fishing, essentially. He's trying to find a way to increase his viewership. He's not looking to collab with smaller creators. He's like, who are you collabing with? He may say this already, but that's like a classic like salesman sleazy like technique, riding on other people's coattails. That's why I have this in my brain, but I haven't said it on stream. But if I was ever to like try and make money or something, like I wouldn't want to do it by trying to I'll reach out to people of my similar viewership or like higher viewership than me, but within like reasonable numbers, to do collabs with. Like I haven't done that for a while, but I reach across as opposed to trying to be pulled up. And like I want to be able to say that with confidence even later down the road. Like I don't want to have to be like feel slimy for lying about that. Maybe that's like maybe that's my being on somewhere on the autism spectrum. Maybe that's like my you know, the thing that I'm like fixating on is that I want to make sure that I'm maintaining some bit of integrity if I was to move along this journey. But yeah, I think he was just fishing. He was fishing for coattails to ride. So you collabing with anyone else who's big, or who? Give me their information. What flavor of autism are you? Yeah, I mean, I was trying specifically not to say something that like that reductive, but
As we're telling him, he pulls out his phone and is looking.
it would be
commenting on
that.
how many
It would be that
followers these people have. Is,
I'm extremely unwavering in my values.
1,000 followers. Okay. You know, just stupid.
Yeah. No, see, he did say, he basically alluded to the fact that like he was uninterested because he didn't have someone famous in his pocket already.
Influencer-y things like that. Just like a very not chill thing to do. But the biggest bomb drop that came from this hanging out with this guy during this time was we were trying to make small talk and we were trying to like get to know him and stuff like that. So we asked him, we were like, oh.
Which I don't know. I don't want to generalize, but most business meetings or collaboration meetings or whatever, like stuff that would happen if you had a manager who was reaching out to somebody else's people and you arranged a lunch or something like that. It's not, I don't know what people envision. Like I guess I don't have a reference for what I think people envision when they imagine something like that, but it's not like a business meeting. It's not, you don't like go and compare achievements with each other or talk about your qualifications. You're going to get to know that person. Let me also just spoil it for any of you who happen to be randomly flipping into this on the vertical feed and are young enough to be looking for your first job. None of that shit matters. All right. Like, and I know that is a very definitive statement that's very broad and general, and it doesn't really mean much, but none of this shit matters. Most interviews are really just conversations. And most of the time when a hiring manager is deciding whether or not they want to hire you, the most they think about is whether or not they can stand to work with you for an entire shift. That's really the most, either that or if they can use you. I mean, if they're shitty people, sure. I mean, I would think that taking advantage of you probably factors into it there, but most of the time, it's just, can I stand to work with this person for the next 8 hours? Yeah. And that's why a lot of like the older jobs or trades are more into like internships and on the job training sort of thing, because that's how you figure it out. You go and you do the thing, you have a hands-on training, and they decide whether or not they can stand to work with you. And if you end up being a pill, you end up being an asshole, they're probably not going to want to work with you, and you might lose the job. That's really all it is. It's just about being liked and being, you know, at least just being your presence being appreciated, you know? When people miss you when you're gone, you know you're doing something right. In the game dev world, you usually have 4-ish interviews, and one of those interviews is usually dedicated to team fit, which is exactly what you're talking about. Like, if I'm going to be even more brutally, completely 100% transparent about the way that I conduct business. Like, whenever I have a business meeting with someone, it's usually over beers. I usually say, like, let's go and have some beers. I want to know the you that comes out when the mask is off. You know, I want to know, like, you're going to get 100% me, but I don't know that I'm going to get 100% you. So I'm going to let your guard down and just see what you're like. And if I find that you're the kind of person that I would have no problem working with, even if I don't necessarily like you, like I don't have to want to be like your best friend or anything, but if I think, yeah, we can work together and we hang out and we have beers, my personality doesn't change. That's maybe that's another autism thing, but my personality doesn't change when I'm with a certain group of people, when I'm with my wife. Like this is me flatline, not flat. This is not me flatline. This is me baseline. I am just this all the time. And so like at a business meeting, you're going to get pure unabashed me, but I don't know that I'm going to get that about you, you know? So that's why it's usually like, I like to just have a beer and hang out, get a little bit warm around the face, you know, a little bit of tipsy if things are going well. But if you decide you want to hang out with that person, then fuck yeah, we just keep it going into the night, have some shots of whiskey and shit, you know? It's one of the reasons why when I was interviewing people, a lot of my questions would be about which games they played and what they liked about them. Yeah. You're just trying to get to know the other person, you know? That's all it is. That's
Do you
all.
have any home games? You know, we were looking to build our local community and everything like that. Do you have any like D&D home games and stuff like that you play?
Yeah. I mean, it is, and it doesn't have to include alcohol. I mean, that's a good way of doing it too, like talking about something that they're just passionate about. But like I think that's the reason why I don't do working interviews too well. It's because I just tell what's in my brain. And like, if I know that I'm never going to be a writer for Marvel, I still want that to be my goal. So if someone asked me, what do you want to do in 5 years? I'd be like, I'd like to be a writer for Marvel. I know that's not going to happen. Like, I'm not actually saying that's what's going to happen in 5 years, but that's just a mantra that I tell myself. And like, I explain it like that, but I don't think people believe me. So yeah, it's like, I don't know. I'm not very good at that kind of stuff, but, the more I hear myself talk, the more I'm like, yeah, I guess I wonder why I didn't get an assessment earlier on.
He looks at us dead in the face and goes, I don't play D&D. Like, excuse us for thinking that a D&D content creator would play.
I'm sorry, did you hear that? Let's rewind it so that we can get the proper context, but this is the bombshell. This is the fucking bombshell. We've seen all this content that's about him interacting in a fucking world about... Are we still building the backstory for D&D Napoleon? Yes, oh yeah. We've just heard the bombshell. But like, this is where his villain story, that's the twist in the third act. It turns out, I don't play D&D at all! Ha 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 ha! You fucking losers. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? He doesn't even fucking play it. Can I rewind this? How do I rewind this? I can't rewind this.
Play D&D, like, and we were the stupid ones for asking him if he like played D&D, and then he followed it up with like, but if I did play D&D,
I can't rewind.
I would play DC-20 system instead. It was this like Pathfinder-y system that we'll come back to later. I promise. This is actually an important part of this story, right? So after this all comes together,
It's 9 a.m.
No, go back up.
us over to his house.
I did not want to start that over again. Does he play other TTRPGs and not touch 5e stuff? Just listen. It gets better. This is the guy who, like, I guess we were all waiting for this guy to come out with this information, and it dropped like a day ago, 3 days, 4 days, something like that. How can I tell? I don't know, whatever. I don't want to mess this up.
And it's not to stream or anything like that. He said, I just want you guys to come over to play some DC-20 with me and a friend. And I'm like, and so me and Lucy are sitting there, we're like, okay, what does that mean? Like, is it just like hanging out and shooting the shit, you know? Like just having fun? Or is this business related? Like, we weren't 100% sure, and he was very not forthcoming with this information. So we end up going over there,
See, because you got to know, like, which gear to switch to. Like, am I putting on my schmooze face, or am I putting on my professional, or my fun face, you know, like, or professional face? What schmooze would be like fun, and then professional would be like cold, like, yes, interesting, oh, yes, yes. Why isn't spacebar working? No, stop!
By the way, we aren't allowed to cuss over there. We aren't allowed to drink over there, which is fine. You know, I understand that people have a history with alcohol, and but telling grown adults that you can't cuss at a house, he didn't have a kid at the house at the time.
I'm telling you, the lore's deep. The lore, and it's only getting deeper. I don't know why this guy would. There's nothing to like really. Oh, well, yeah, I don't know. I don't have a frame of reference. But it gets deeper. Oh, we're just getting there.
It was just adults hanging out, and saying I'm not allowed to cuss. It was just weird. But anyway, so we get over and we play a game of DC-20, and he asks us like, "Oh, so what do you think?" Whenever we're done with it, and we're like, it's fine. The system itself was okay. It's whatever. He's like, what did you think about it? And I was like, yeah, it was fine, I guess. Like, thanks. And he's like, okay, great. And it was just, the vibes were just weird. Like, we just couldn't figure out like what was going on. And he texts us later after we leave, and
Just
he's
tell
like,
me what you're thinking.
"Surprise, that was actually an audition. And we want you to come on stream with us at One Shot Questers. What do you say?" And I was like, okay, first of all, that's just not a way to go about it as like a...
So, I mean, I think it's clear at this point that this guy, he's got an ego problem. He definitely has an ego problem. He thinks that he is... We've seen from the beginning of the video in which he's crying that he's largely insecure or jealous about something that he wasn't included in, but also that he's like this weird behind the scenes guy, and he wants to secretly audition people while also talking down to them, like their stuff isn't that good, but all right, you passed the test, now you can come and stream with me if you want. Like, for real, dude? And he doesn't even play the fucking game. Stop hitting the spacebar. I need to stop hitting the spacebar. Yep. No, no, he's weird.
Surprise, like, audition that we didn't even agree to or like want to be a part of, but we ultimately decided...
You typically sign up for auditions because then you can put your skills on display. That's the wrong kind of allowing people to let their guard down. That's the wrong kind of that. That's inviting someone to your home, having a date essentially, and then saying, "Congratulations, I just interviewed you. You didn't know that, but you were in an interview the whole time. I was analyzing every single fucking thing you said. You're hired." I played a lot of 5e, but don't play anymore. Yeah,
decided that it was going to be an opportunity that we couldn't turn down, and we'd get a lot of visibility still, and we could look past everything else, and it would be fun.
On the map.
We ended up actually appearing on his stream, which he of course deleted that video, for like a Christmas special. This was like 2 years ago or something like that. And it was fine. I mean, we didn't like the way that he treated one of his employees, but we don't need to like go into that. It was mostly fun. But like the
we do
stuff, all
go
the
into
time,
it.
We walked into his house and he showed us the DnD studio, and the first thing he says to me is like, "A lot bigger than yours, isn't it?" You know, and you're just like,
what a
okay, man.
douche.
Like, it just comes off as like wildly insecure and jealous, and like he needs to bring you down, you know, in order to like feel taller than you type thing.
There's that word, taller.
My entire life, so I can just like pick it out, you know, and it's just like, you know, what are you talking about? So anyway, it's just a bunch of this kind of stuff, and he like really was pushing DC 20. And then after the one stream, he hit us up again, and he was like, "Hey, you did great on that stream. Do you want to be a part of something like this long term? Like, do you want to do like a DC 20 actual play show? It's going to be about like 12 episodes or whatever." And we were going back and forth on it. And at this point, we had like multiple viral videos. We went from like 2,000 or 3,000 to like 25,000 followers. We were like, God, do we even really like need this right now? It'll take a lot of time. But anyway, we go back and forth with him, and eventually we settle on like, we can do a bi-weekly actual play, as long as it doesn't detract from what we have going on. Oh, and I forgot to mention, in that stream that we had done with him, he didn't credit us. Like, he did not tag us in any kind of promotional anything. The only mention of us was at the very bottom of like a 1,000-page bio of the stream, and it didn't link to anything. All it said was tabletop for 2. That's it. And which, whatever, you know, I think he did the bare minimum so that he could say that, you know, well, I did credit them, even though you didn't really make any effort to credit us, but whatever. Anyway, so we go back and forth, and we agreed to like this bi-weekly actual play thing that was going to start like 2 months from when it actually was at that time. And so 2 months go by, we hear nothing from him. Completely ghosts us. 2 months after that, still nothing.
Now, I just want to mention, I am not connecting these two, but do you remember when we watched that video with him in his studio where he was talking about how a couple of years ago, the first game that he was about to start with people, you know, local people to him, kind of fell through because they wanted to, you know, him to move his schedule around instead of, and I'm not connecting the two, but this is the one that he said that he was really bitter about. I'm not connecting the two, but they sound connected. If you remember, where is it? This one. Let's just play that part again. I'm not trying to play internet sleuth here. There are better internet detectives than me.
Which one of my players asked, is it because they don't know what birth control is? They are the creators of Element, and we have this world that you
come on, man,
to be able to have these discussions and to be able to, or, you know, I'm known for my characters and, you know, being in front of the green screen and whatnot and having a script.
Make
and
better
following
scripts.
That. I can't do a lot of that stuff anymore because I play stay-at-home dad most of the time, and I just do not have a lot of time.
And it's fine. It's fine. It's totally fine. It's totally fine. It's okay. It's okay. I love my kids. I love them. I love them. Oh, I love my kids.
I'm still going to have fun. I'm excited to be able to have these discussions and to be able to tell these stories, and you guys
still
see
gonna have
more
fun.
of me rather
Still gonna
than
have fun. We're still
focusing
gonna
on the music or, you know, major edits or things like
Still gonna
that.
have
Let's
fun.
jump right into my first D&D story that isn't in front of an audience. This story takes place in a world called Elamic. This world has...
Oh my God, dude.
I'm over it. I promise.
There we go. Okay.
Because of that, and I'm not bitter. The campaign... Another game, could you move your schedule? It was ready 3 years ago with a different group of players, and after we got everything set and we got schedules figured out, two of the players, after joining my game, went, hey, we joined another game, could you move your schedule around so we can play at this game?
He could just be making it up. But this dude said a few years ago. He said that this happened a few years ago. Maybe if someone can confirm that. It might be these guys he's talking about.
So I reach out to him and I'm like, hey, what happened to this actual play series that you had in mind? Whatever. I don't hear.
I mean, if you're going to do that, Skippy, you shouldn't be telling me about it. I cannot ever support people going and brigading somebody. Not that I have a large viewer base, but you know what I mean. Like, if you're going to do that, don't go advertising it.
Back from him for like a week or two. I text him this. I don't hear back from him from like a week or two, and he's like, oh, yeah, that. Look, I want someone who's dedicated to what we actually have going on. Basically, he was mad that we wouldn't drop everything that we were doing with Tabletop for Two and join him in his stream.
Now, I don't know if you have ever worked for somebody like that, but it is... The majority of the business owners that I've dealt with are very much like in their own head, like this, like they're passive aggressive, and then they're like, well, you should have pursued something with me. Okay. There was a person that I was working with for a long time, not for a long time, a person I was working with for a couple months. I was helping them with their meal prep program, and we were doing just classic recipes, like yams and steak bits, you know, like healthy food stuff, I guess, meal planning shit. But I'm here on the decree of Goose. I don't like your content or your attitude, sir. Yeah, maybe not like that. But yeah, he was the guy that I was working with was really big into like food prep and doing like meal delivery and stuff like that, which I thought was an admirable venture. You know, he wanted people to get in shape and feel better about themselves. Pretty cool. I thought that was good. A little expensive for my taste. Well, I don't fucking know, man. I'm just coming up with something off the top of my head. It was like chicken Florentine and shit. It was just decent stuff. It wasn't like, I wasn't plating or anything like that. We weren't working any Michelin star restaurants. We rented out a pho kitchen with like one burner, and we worked during their service. But so he and his wife ran the business, his catering business, and they were the wife was his business manager and the source of all of his funds. Was it one with the cool wok burner? Oh yeah. Yeah, it had 2 walk stations and a big one of those big low boys they make like gallons and gallons and gallons of pho broth on. I want one of those so bad. They're like $800, and I would just like I would have some kind of stock going all day long. Do you know that they have the same amount of BTUs as like a small jet engine? It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. You have to hook that up to the gas line. You're not working that thing on propane. I can tell you that much. Otherwise, you're sending yourself into the stratosphere. But so they were nice people, but the business manager in his wife was a dog that had a bone and didn't ever tell anyone that it had a bone, which means that they wanted me to do like catering stuff for them, and like they wanted me to help with some events that they were throwing. And so I was like, yeah, just tell me what you need, and I can do whatever. I can help you either plan it, and we can talk about like how many, like the price per head. We can talk about the location, the setting, like what the theme is going to be. And she was like, okay, so we've done some events like these before, but like really for like the spring equinox, and like I really want to try if I can't have it in a forest, which you know I don't think will be possible. If I can't have it in a forest, I would at least like it to be forest themed, and I want to have like dryads, and I want to have like fire breathers. And at this point, I was just like, what are you talking about? Like, I thought you wanted me for catering. I'm not like a party planner. I don't do any of the, like, I can, but like that's not my specialty. You wanted me to cook. I thought like you wanted catering. And they're like, yeah, no, these are just really just like intimate dinners. And I'm like, what on earth? Now the concept isn't even catering, but it's an intimate dinner, like a supper club sort of thing. And it got like, she got very complicated with it. And I was like, oh, well, just itemize everything. And, you know, let me take a look at it, and then we'll go from there. And then like they kept saying like, oh yeah, really, like absolutely, you know, fun working with you. Great to have this, you know, next step or whatever. Like they were just like, really excited and gung ho about it. And so like a month goes by and I'm still working with this guy, and like we're still like cranking dishes out and like making it work. And like then all of a sudden one night, things are going fine. All of a sudden one night I get like this multi-paragraph. And when I say multi-paragraph, I type in paragraphs, and I really mean it when I say paragraph. But for me, this was just a novel. Like it was a huge text message that broke down all this stuff about why she was so disappointed that I wasn't pursuing this harder, like this opportunity, like I quotation mark the opportunity, but like she was extremely disappointed in my lack of enthusiasm. And like this has happened to me multiple times before. And like it was all just about like how I wasn't proactive about trying to secure a spot. I was like, you had that under control. And I wasn't proactive about pursuing a menu. And I was like, I asked you to tell me what you need. And like, so it was just moment to moment, play by play of the last like 8 days, or like it was over a month that she had this feeling, but it was like a play by play of the last like 8 days of just opportunities that I should have been trying to like pursue this with it. And I'm like, motherfucker, I have like 3 other jobs. Like I'm trying to run a business, and I have like other jobs and like other people that I'm beholden to that I have to spend time with. Like what the fuck? I'm not on my phone all the time sending texts to people asking, when can I cater next? And then just waiting for the response. Like, you gotta be a fucking normal ass person and do some of that work yourself. Why don't you want to work for free? For real. And yeah, an intimate dinner with fire breathers in a forest and a dryad. A dryad! She specifically asked for a dryad. And a trapeze artist. Oh, and silk dancers. What? It was insane. But she summed it all up by saying, like, I'm extremely disappointed in your lack of professionalism in pursuing these amazing opportunities with I think she said with a couple who's gonna go, with a couple who like there's no like, who sees no limit but the stars or some shit. Like, it was some poetic bullshit that I was just not feeling after that tirade. And I texted him. I texted the guy separately. Like, I didn't text her back immediately. I texted the guy. I was like, your wife is making me not want to work with you anymore. And I was dead serious. I was like, I think this is my last day. I think I would just like you guys to mail me a check or something. And he's like, what's happening? And I was like, she just unloaded on me, like, for no apparent reason. And then he sided with her, and he was like, well, it has been a while and you haven't really said anything about the event. And I was like, the ball's in your court. You're supposed to, this is your company. They arranged the space. They said they were going to come up with the menu. They said they were going to tell me how much per person so that I could factor in costs so that I could budget the thing. And they said they were going to get it to me within a month of the event so that I could plan. Never did any of that. Never even came up with a time that they wanted to have the event. Never even, like, they wanted to do it out of a fucking Freemason lodge kitchen. People who have that, like, superiority complex, you just stay the fuck away from them. Steer clear. Do not, if they start talking like they know, like if they're like, oh, this is such a small studio for a TTRPG, like, run far and fast.
And like uncredited his table, like he wanted us to work exclusively for him to promote DC20. Like he wanted to use our, I don't want to say creativity, like talent or whatever, but he wanted to use us to promote DC20, but not as Tabletop for Two, as one-shot questers.
Which is insane. Hey guys, about half the time you put out content, I'm going to have you drop your own brand name so that you can promote mine. Have you not ever heard of cross promotion? You know that's what collabing is, right? Not just someone working for you for free. That's insane. That's fucking insane. They live in the dry pantry, not the walk-in, okay? It's an easy mistake to make. Stop hitting the space bar.
And he was mad that we wouldn't drop everything that we had going on with Tabletop for 20 Tabletop for 2, to immediately just jump into what he was doing. So that was the last correspondence I had with him, was him being like, yeah. Sorry, we just didn't like your commitment level, and we want to go with someone who can actively commit to like whatever. And
he says we. It's not we, it's he. And he makes up later in email correspondence with someone, he makes up that he has a business manager. He doesn't have a business manager. This guy's a one pony show.
It's just like, okay, whatever. So we don't talk to him anymore. That's fine. Well, a year.
All right, if you notice me turning the face cam off, it is simply because I'm about to hit a delicious bowl of some canibas. So if you'd like to do so, please feel free. Otherwise, my beautiful face will be right back.
Extra thing here. A year goes by. We see him at the Philadelphia airport, arriving to Philadelphia for PAX Unplugged, which is a tabletop convention that we got invited to. He got invited to. We see him at the airport arriving because we live in the same city. We were on the same flight. He sees us. He comes over and he's like, "Oh, hey, what's going on? What are you guys doing here?" And we're like, what are we tabletop creators doing in Philadelphia during a tabletop convention? I don't know, man. What do you think? It's like, that was just the perfect end cap to everything that, like, he is. And I'm sorry if you watched this and you were expecting some big bomb drop of like, oh shit, he did this, and oh god. It's like, no, there is no like huge bomb drop. He's just kind of an asshole, right? Like, and after that, we had never seen or...
Well, I mean, I would say that him not playing the game that he seems to be claiming to be an authority on is a pretty big foible, one could say.
talk to him again. But until he came out with that video, and I wasn't gonna say anything because again, I'm not a content creator anymore, and I just don't really care. But at the end of that video that I talked about in the very beginning, where he was talking to MinMax, at the very end of that video, he says, "Other content creators beware, because you know who you are, and I'm coming for you," or something like to that degree. And I was like, dude, we've met hundreds of D&D content creators, and you're like one of 2, maybe 3 who suck. It's like, what do you have? Like, who gives you the right to say, "Oh, other content creators beware," when you're one of the like 3 out of hundreds who actually suck? It's like him and DM's Layer are like the only 2 actual shitty people that we met throughout our.
Well, yeah, it's cynical. If you notice, he seems to have a pattern of kind of acting like he's the most important person in the room. And that can translate to acting like you've created the systems that other people are playing. Because again, you know, this guy's, I think the video is over for this guy.
Being content creators. Most people that we met in the content creation space are amazing people. There are some.
Yeah, he's outroing now. But like, yeah, once we get back into his thing, he acts like he created the min-maxed thing. And then he even like bundles his accusations in a what seems like a job application to go and work at MinMax. It's a whole trip.
You know, super influencery LA people that I don't really like. I'm not a good networker, content creator, whatever. But for him to sit there and say like, "I'm coming after you," it's like, dude, you suck. Like you have no position or right to say anything to anyone about anything. It's crazy, dude. So last thing, he was telling us the story of how he got started as a D&D creator, and he didn't play D&D. He got the idea from his wife. He was a YouTube Shorts comedian. Like, he was trying to make it big on YouTube Shorts. His goal was to make it big as a YouTube Shorts creator, as like a YouTube creator. And his wife suggested that he try D&D and use that.
And there you go.
As like a way to do it. And he said
and
he
that's
did play
the dunk.
D&D with his wife previously.
That's the.
But he doesn't anymore.
I don't know how to. I don't know.
And so
I don't know how people play basketball, but I think it's like you do like a hoo-ya, hoo-ya. Do something like that. You do like a boom, 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 and then you do hoo-ya. I'm trying to like, I got the ball, and I'm doing that hoo-ya. It's going right in. There it is. I don't know what a slam dunk looks like.
He took that idea in order to make it as a content creator. He was like a content first creator only. Doesn't really care about D&D. Doesn't care about the game, the creativity, the improv, nothing. He just wants to be famous, which I think in the video is the reason that he posted that, which is so off the wall. Because like I said, he only posted stupid fucking, "Oh, I'm a horny bard" skits before that. But now he just posted a hit piece for no reason. I think he's just trying to stay relevant. But he's also jealous. And he saw the success that MinMax was having, saw that he wasn't invited, and he's just a very bitter, mean, insecure person. Every time I saw him at conventions, he would be by himself or with his employee, walking around by himself, not talking to anyone. It's just like, he is just a sad, lonely person. Like I said, he's 10 minutes away from me. We have dozens of other D&D friends that we hang out with all the time in our community, and we have such a great time sharing this game that we love. And like, he could have been a part of that, but instead he separates himself and he isolates himself because he thinks himself better than everyone.
Because there's always someone bigger and better out there. It's like they see life like an anime, you know? It's the neckbeard cult sort of thing. But that's the only kind I can grow, so I can't grow a beard. I have to just avoid it. You know what? No! I can grow whatever I want! If I want to grow a hair right here, I'll do it. You people can't say shit. Can't say shit. If I want to eat a chicken sandwich, I'll fucking do it. I'll fucking do it.
first slide is their layout, $100,000. And there is 52% dead space on your screen if you're watching this video.
A cynical way in, because that sounds like a ridiculous claim. That this is in any way a misuse of funds. It's not like they had $100,000 to do the overlay. That sounds dumb. I play WoW people like that. They always have to flex their WoW knowledge when you're just having a normal conversation. Skippy, was that a meta comment? Was that a meta? Did you mean for that to be meta? Now, don't you dare trying to say anything like, what are you suggesting? You know exactly what I'm saying. Did you mean for that to be meta? I think you did. Yeah, I'm not familiar with DM Slayer. I don't know who that is. DM Slayer? DM Slayer? DM, is he?
There's 80% of dead space without the VTT on screen. You don't believe me? Here it is. That...
Basically a colonizer. Oh, dear God. Getting into some heavy topics.
There's 80% of dead space without the VTT on screen. You don't believe me? Here it is. 80% there, like graphic design within production. So this first slide is their layout, $100,000. And there is 52% dead space on your screen if you're watching this video. There's 80% of dead space without the VTT on screen. You don't believe me? Here it is.
Catch all that? You'd know better than I would, because I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't want it. I don't want it. Oh, is she his aunt? Is that... Nope. Don't do it. Don't do it. Nope. Go back to Bossa Nova. Chill. I caught it. Get another goddamn copyright strike. Well, they raised $100,000 for their GoFundMe or for their campaign, but it's the whole thing. But it was for the whole season 1, or not even the whole show. Like now they're going to have season 2 and season 3 and whatever. I see what he's talking about in terms of negative space, but I'm not sure what point he's actually trying to make. Well, again, so okay, just like in art, in the art world as well as in the food world, negative space isn't a bad thing. Like that's where all of the noise happens. That's where all of the music happens in jazz. You know, I don't know much about jazz, but they say that the music happens in between the notes. That's where the jazz lies. All right? I've known a few jazzmen. That's right. It sounds like a last name coming out of my mouth. Or a stripper's name. But this is good. This adds like character, right? It adds legitimacy to the world. Like this is necessary. This is like, what if you just had, what does he want? Stats? Actual flames? What does he want? It seems like they're utilizing the space quite effectively. And if you've noticed my overlay in the Twitch with the convenient just call me Goose on whichever side it is, it has my schedule. It kind of on the corner there. So if you like and subscribe and then you go to the Twitch and then you like or you turn your phone, then you can see it. And then you'll see that there's a cool overlay. It's I you know, it's cool. I'm old, so it really only takes a little bit to make me excited about something. But it's new. New overlay. Looks good. Feels good. Tastes good.
That is all you see with the creators, and this
I
is
don't know why
everything that you see for everything else. There's no reason why each of these shots need to be so zoomed out. And why these creators, you know, the creators that people wanted to see play together are so little. There is no excuse for that. Why is there so much more space for the DM? They are the one leading this game. They should be a main focus for this, and they're not. And you want to know why? Because 25% of the screen is just backdrop.
You see, his gripe appears to be that those fucking actors, I need to see you closer. I need to see every single little emotion in your face as I see the light drain from your character's eyes after a particularly brutal hit. I need to see the surprise on your face when someone reaches down to touch a chest and it turns to bite him. I need to see the lust in the bard's eyes to fuel my content machine from a game I don't even play. Like, what is it? What does he want? What? Viewers are seeing more backdrop than the people they paid to watch D&D together. That's like if I was getting upset that like a dishwasher in a restaurant is using too much soap. I didn't have anything to do with that restaurant. I didn't have anything to do with it opening or how it got its supplies or how it did its commercial design that requires him to use too much soap. This has nothing to do with me. This is and if I cried in addressing it, let me just hang on.
Advantage of this very vulnerable community. It makes me so upset, and I am tired of being nice and not saying anything. I am tired of not saying anything when people have come up to me telling me what really was going on behind the scenes and whatnot, and being like, well, you're a nice guy, so we can trust you because we know you're not going to tell anyone what we really think.
Oh yeah, this whole thing is pure projection. He's just jealous. He's just jealous. He's been trying to start a streaming service. He's been trying to start an actual play. He's been trying to make sketches, if you can call them that. And he was a graphics guy. At maximum for a year. But he was a graphics guy. He learned everything that you need to know about graphics. And that's why his green screen looks so good. Let's just take a look. Let's just take a look at that green screen. We can close that. We already got the tea. We got the best tea. Oh my God. Oh my lordy. Woo! It felt good. Oh damn. Okay, let's take a look at that green screen. So he's a graphics guy. He's a graphics guy. Okay. Just so you know, he's a graphics guy. He spent a year in graphics place. He's a graphics guy. All right? Just understand that. Okay? He worked a year at Graphics Place. Okay? Don't you fucking question him. This was the conscious choice. This is an artistic... He's taking artistic license here, okay? I don't want to hear shit about it. No cyberbullying, okay? I was cyberbullied within an inch of my life last night. So yeah, I agree.
Well, I'm going to tell people what they
Yeah.
really think because I'm tired of this.
You're a design
The
guy.
Convergence? Yeah, that event that was hosted back in 2022. These shots need to be so zoomed out. And why these creators, you know, the creators that people wanted to see play together are so little. There is no excuse for that. Why is there so much more space for the DM? They are the one leading this game. They should be a main focus for this. And they're
I'm sorry, what? You just contradicted yourself.
not. And you want to know why? Because 25% of the screen is just backdrop. Viewers are seeing more backdrop than the people they paid to watch play D&D together. And it's crazier when we get into more of this, how much this backdrop feels, or this set feels.
Every single one of these could be a joke somebody outside of TTRPGs would make and slap a screenshot of Skyrim on the background of. Yeah. I think what happened before this was like right after his well, yeah, but that's stupid. They can adjust it if they want. Who gives a shit? You can still see him. Yeah. I think this was like around the time like when his business ventures were all failing and he was seeing his subscribers dropping because he's run out of ideas for sketches. For sketches.
Feels more of a priority than the actual game itself. Moving on. This is the big kicker. This is what ticked me off the most. To remind you, if I haven't said before, they had a budget of over $100,000 to work with. Mind you, they had some fees that they had to pay from GoFundMe. That's totally fine. That is normal. They also set aside 25% of that earnings to taxes. That is also very smart. So they had around, I think, $72,000 to work with by the end of this. They talk about the atmosphere. This is the first thing that they show within their budget breakdown.
I'm sorry, excuse me, what the fuck? Not where I would start in a clinical analysis of a place where that I was trying to financially analyze. But who the fuck am I?
They talk about the atmosphere, which was made by Dark Hour Still Beat Studios, and nothing against them. I watched the video of them talking to the one, or the owner of the one who's going to be helping them make the set. Seems like a great guy and a lovely dude. And I want nothing but good to happen to them. So this is not against them in any way, shape, or form. So first of all,
it kind of sounds like you're setting up something to be pretty scathing towards them, but I guess we'll see.
First of all, they talk about the set. They talk about this gaming table. They talk about this venue, and that cost them $7,144. When you first watch the first episode, if that is all we're gonna see, if this right here is all we're seeing, why did they have to get a set and not just use backdrops that they will all still be able to see and use? You can get a very nice printed backdrop for like $100 each. Boom, that's $400 they could have used for that. Let me...
What? So you don't want like authentic props, you don't want like dynamic lighting, cool shadows, you know, you don't want to underlight things, you don't want to like set. Oh, you don't want those? You don't want those?
$7,144. When you first watch the first episode, if that is all we're gonna see, if this right here is all we're seeing, why did they have to get a set and not just use backdrops that they will all still be able to see and use?
What? It's world building. If they're doing a live play, then or an actual play, then why not make it immersive? Why not make it like part of the why not make it like as authentic as you can or immersive as you can?
You can get a very nice printed backdrop for like a...
Very nice. Very nice. Do you want very nice for your production that you're like spending a bunch of money on and all this time doing? Do you want very nice? Or do you want like the best possible? Was to have a little physical location for things. Yeah, like studio backdrop. They said that they were going to have us like a set and everything.
$100 each. Boom, that's $400 they could have used for that. Let me preface, these are my
And regardless of his point, like, yes, there are cheaper alternatives, but it doesn't matter. They weren't misappropriating funds when they spent more money on something because it was of a higher quality and a completely different tier of quality all in and of itself. Like, there's too much legitimacy to that. Like, that's not squandering of money. They are just different things. They want different things.
questions to them. These are questions that I would love to have answered. I would love to know their reasoning and rationale behind what I'm trying to say. Also, why get a crazy gaming table?
Why are they beholden to you? You didn't even fund the GoFundMe. You didn't even contribute to any of the crowdfunding. You're not even part of the community.
If you're not going to use it for minis and terrain, what was the point if you're using a VTT? I bring this up because in their video of
Is that virtual tabletop? Am I guessing that correctly?
the breakdown, they talk about this gaming table and how cool it is, and they can't wait to play on it. The tech guy running it posted a video about the behind the scenes stuff. They show the table. It looks nothing important. And with the table, in the
Oh, what a well-researched and objective opinion he just levied there. Nothing important.
behind the scenes stuff. They show the table. It looks nothing important. And with the
Scathing criticism. I doff my cap. Play.
in the table, there's a big hole cut out where all of like the lights and microphones are being held up in. So why'd you go out of your way to make this grand table that's not even going to be like shown on
Do you see that brow furrowed? That is a furrowed brow. That man is you shouldn't go out in the sun like that. He's gonna get a tan the wrong way. Oh yeah, comments are restricted on he says I wanted to read that. Comments on this video were paused out of respect to the response video, as I was hoping to receive more information to other questions I had in emails that I sent. Still yet to hear back. I'm telling you, it's so deep. We're not even going to be able to cover all of it in one stream. It's going to have to be maybe 2 more after this. But we're only a third of the way into the video, and it is all juicy.
screen or really even used for what it looks like besides just the players. We're not going to see this table in action with any minis or terrain. It doesn't look like it because there's a big hole in the center of this, and that's where all the lights and microphones are coming from. My next question.
Is that a reasonable gripe? I don't know. I imagine that it would be more immersive if you could use minis, but I don't know that it's anything that they were promising. And you know, once we get to their response video, because there's a response video, and then there's another video, and then there's Crispy's video that I wanted to look at too. There's, whoa, she's deep. Whoa, this pit is deep.
Question is, why did they get a big open space venue where there's so much echo and not more enclosed space for better audio? There was a big...
You're upset about the venue. I don't know what to tell you, Bucko. I feel like there were probably very few possible venues. Not to mention the fact that they probably did it at one of their properties. I would have to imagine. Again, I think I remember that being in the response video that they released. But Jesus.
issue, and I saw this in the comments everywhere, that some people were way too quiet and it was super hard to hear. So this pricing for what episode 1 gave us does not justify.
I mean, that is very easily something that they could either adjust in the back end if they still have the project available, or they could very easily just adjust it for the next broadcast. I don't see that being an issue.
by what supporters sent over. To me, this does not justify anything. Moving on, the art. In total, the art cost them $2,000. Character art cost about $1,200. I'm not going to argue about that one. Character art is expensive. I've paid for custom character art. It can get pricey, so I'm going to give them this one.
I bet you have, sir. I bet you wouldn't dare showing us most of it. One wonders what's in the bottom shelf of your filing cabinet, sir. Although it's probably important stuff because you're too short that you need to reach it. Oh wait, no, that doesn't work. Damn it. No, because if you're tall, see, because I'm saying this as a tall man, that when I bend over to grab something, it hurts because I'm old. You know, my joints creak, and you know, I feel like my hips. I'm geriatric. You know, like I creak and I pop, and I rip and I rhyme. How does he have the price breakdown? I think he's just assuming. Or they have some breakdown available, like for transparency on the Kickstarter or something. I'm not sure.
The logo design is outrageous. Once again, I worked at a graphic design company.
For a year! And so I know all about graphics.
I have made logos from people. I have made designs for other people. And not once, I don't know how much it's changed since I worked there to now, but not once did I ever get close to an $861 fee for creating.
Can't even say the word quote. Because he probably never did any of this.
Creating a logo. And you want to know something even funnier? Is I went onto a website that I know.
Sure. I think his definition of funny seems to really differ from mine. Because nothing that he's released has been funny. So I think we have different ideas of what comedy is. And that's fine. Comedy is subjective, right? You know, there are some things that are universally funny, like farts. You know, but not from women. You know, I mean, it's a thing, you know, cross-culturally, you know, cross-generationally, cross-species even, you know. That's right. I know some things.
Normally use to get certain assets from. I legitimately typed in M sword into the search bar. This first graphic right next to me, that is their logo. That is the logo that they paid for. The two to the side are pictures that I found immediately on FreePic. And if you look at both of them really closely, you can see where the inspiration for the design came.
Good sir, yours look like dog shit. I'm sorry. You're a graphics guy, so maybe I don't know. Maybe I don't know anything. Maybe I don't know what's good and what's bad. But to my eye, they look like dog shit. And is he getting shorter? I think he's getting shorter. I think we're going to need a new poll. Hang on. Is this man getting shorter as with is this man getting shorter? I think it's good. Skippy, I will never have a WoW stream. Well, never say never. I've been pulled back into the game time and time again, so there's always a chance.
Now, what I'm trying to get out on this, if I was making the logo and I typed in my stuff and these were the two things that I saw and I based it off of, this logo is not hard to make. What you do, either you take the assets given to you or you just remake them and then you put a little bevel on it and then you put some type of texture on it and that's what you get. It could legitimately...
I remember learning about bevels in my 7th grade 3D imaging class.
Take you...
I got an A+ certification. Go fuck yourself.
Maybe max an hour? I do not agree with that pricing with the logo design. I feel like they overpaid. I don't feel like they did their due diligence with finding someone who would do better with logo.
He forgets some words. I do that too. But I don't do it while I'm getting angry. Right? They could have done their due diligence. He really uses that. He leans on that term a lot. In finding someone that could do logo.
I don't feel like they did their due diligence with finding someone who would do better with logo. I do not feel...
Who would do better with logo? Who would do better with logo? I would not do better with logo. Because I wouldn't just put a bevel on it. And I see, it seems like that's what he wants. Even though none of... This is not beveled. I guess the sword is a 2D bevel for some reason. And there's no bevel here. There's a bevel here on their design. Are you saying it's better than yours?
I feel like that's a justified number. And this is coming from someone who worked in this space before. Moving...
Those aren't low amounts of money for sure, but they are not abnormal for professional quotes for custom art, especially when considering there's multiple character pieces here and it's a D&D party. And with licensing, I know that licensing can nickel and dime you to death on shit like that. And plus, people can just name their price. Like, if they're doing good, if they're successful and well-known, they can kind of just charge whatever the fuck they want. Yeah, you know? Crazy.
No, the tech. Ooh, the tech. When I get to the tech portion, I have put on productions like this before. I have put on
You scared me so much I burped.
productions where I've had to use multiple lighting. I have had to put productions on where I had to use multiple cameras.
None of these seem to be in your body of work, sir. Do you have a portfolio you would like to present? I haven't seen these productions that you mention, good sir. I would, in good faith, like to see them.
Multiple mics, all of that stuff to be able to put something on like this. Now, before I go into this, I will say, as a creator, and if this is, you know, an exciting project, sometimes...
You mean as the preeminent diva creator of Creatorville on YouTube Central? Use your proper title, okay?
You don't think things through. Sometimes there's not a rationale on thinking things through on how you should go about what kind of tech and stuff that you should get. This part mainly comes from an experience that I've done and the behind the scenes that the...
Yet to be substantiated, sir!
The tech producer showed as well. I saw what kind of lightings they were using. I saw what kind of cameras they were using. And I have information here on how they could have done this better or, you know, used money more wisely with the...
I have information here on how it could have been done better.
Product that they gave. That is another thing what I'm trying to do. A lot of the stuff that I am justifying is based off of how they showed off their very first episode. Their first episode is a debut. You're supposed to show...
The first episode is like doing really well, I think. For long form video, subject matter, he's doing pretty well.
So everything that people should really get to experience, if not everything, at least something. But what they deliver...
At least something. What? If I'm to understand that what's on the screen is correct, that he could have saved them $4,900. I don't know what that is getting at, but I'm assuming he's saying that that's like where they overspent. That's to most people who run productions like these, if he had any actual first-hand knowledge, don't give a fuck about $5,000. Yes, they should, and producers will, the people who are in charge of signing the checks. But if a tech person is coming up to you saying, like, we got to spend this amount of money, if you don't have a specific knowledge of the things that they're itemizing, you're not going to know whether or not they're springing for $5,000 worth of extra shit, because you could still probably justify it within the entire cost, because that's your focus. Your focus is to make sure that the budget works. And if it works with all that stuff within it and you can still get the episode out, then it works. And people can overquote you. Sure, there's unscrupulous individuals out there, but sometimes that's just what things cost. And if it's what the technology person's recommending, because this is not just a single person venture like this dude wants it to be, it's not intimate. There's a lot of information exchanging hands, and a lot of the itemization details and differences in prices. They might not even have time to go shopping for comparisons on Amazon, like this guy did. In retrospect, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's demands of a production that they had to fulfill, and they had to navigate an entire ice storm as well, which I think put production off for like 8 months or some shit.
Was so below average with the funds they got. So let me jump into that. For the camera and rec gear, I have written down here, they used a webcam for the DM. I didn't know which webcam they used. They used 3 Osmo Pocket 3 cams for the players. Now go back and look on how things look. It
looks good.
Here, I have written down here, cams for the players. Now go back and
I mean, the DM looks a little washed out, but other than that, looks fine. I don't see a glaring issue. If I was eyeing for design elements that I like, I wouldn't want these name cards to be so big. But that's just my own preference. Like, I'm not going to impose that on anyone. Especially if it's their money that I didn't even contribute to. Especially not a majority. Just saying. Just saying. I don't know that I'd be like trying to weigh in on that.
and look on how things look. If this was me running it, you could have bought 4 Logitech C920s, which are webcams, and you would have saved $665.
Well, that's better than the one I have. I can't, that would be a weird superpower to be able to show you the one that I have on this one, but it's not good. I look a little washed out.
I'm not sure what they mean by rec gear. It could just be the recording gear in general, but I don't know. So if it's just recording gear, that is very much not justified. That is an outrageous number for the type of quality that people got with what they bought. Player tablets. Oh, this is a fun one. Not necessary. They spent over $1,000 on player tablets because in this video of the breakdown, they said they were going to be able to look at the tab, like us as viewers, we were going to be able to see the tablets in real time. We were going to be able to see the players work with these tablets in real time. You didn't see any of that. Behind the scenes, didn't show or even mention that that was ever going to be a thing. That $1,000, incredibly unjustified. The mic and sound. This was a big one. This was the big issue that happened with this video. And that was the audio was not the greatest. A lot of the times people were leaning way too back and it would sound like they were far away, or some people were a little too loud, and when they would laugh, it'd kind of blow your ears out a little bit. They used lapel mics. And obviously I don't feel like that is the correct.
What's wrong with being close to the microphone?
Facing these issues, and if you're with a group that is
I don't see a problem with it.
Active and moving around and athletic, they should have invested in 7 pod mics, which cost around $80, $90 each. You get 7 XLR cables and a decent 8-channel audio interface, all bought on Amazon. It would have delivered better audio quality and would have cost them $500 less than what they have now. They also showed off the lighting. They said they spent $1,300 on lighting. I saw the lighting, and some of the lights I use in my own studio. Some of the lights that I used at live shows. And get
Again, I think I established pretty easily that we have no ability to see any of the things that he's done production wise. I'm not sure if that's like on his website or something, but I couldn't find it. I couldn't find any evidence that he's ever put on a production before. And I don't know like any of the prices of any of the things that he's saying here. So I'm not sure.
Guess what? They could have used 4 LED aperture lights, and if they would have just lit them in a correct way, and maybe got 2 C-stands if they wanted to, it would have cost them $1,000. They ended up going a different route and spending an extra $376. I have made decisions like this. I have bought things being like, I think I need this, blah, blah, blah. I end up buying it, realizing that I never really needed it in the first place. And the difference between why I'm upset at this compared to what my thing is because majority of the time, all of that funds came out of my own pocket. I paid.
So when you're given money by a friend or from someone just being charitable towards you, it is then your money. And it is none of their business what you spend it on. I don't know why it takes so many very special episodes of our favorite TV sitcom or, people just making sense to tell others that it happens like that. It is your money once you receive it to make people actually finally understand. But goddamn, it has been since the beginning of time that this has been going on. If somebody lends you a couple of shekels back in ancient times and you know that they're good for it, you know they're going to pay you back, it is no longer then your business what they spend it on, even if they spend it frivolously, because recreation, fulfilling vices, all still contribute towards mental health maintenance. Okay? So, if you ever lend anybody money, what's up, Mozo? If you ever lend anybody any money, just keep in mind that it's their money.
For them. They used not their own money. They used fan support for all of this. And again, that is why I'm up.
Which, once it goes into their account, as long as they're, being roughly transparent about what's happening with it, it's all good. They can do whatever they want. Like, that's not up to you, man.
I'm upset. Is they are mishandling these donators.
Now mishandling, again, depending on how you're using it, can be a legal term. You can be sued for defamation if it turns out not to be true. So, as a person who owns a business, I would assume that you would know that. At least not to indemnify yourself and put an allegedly in front of that shit. But better just to not accuse anybody of anything illegal. Misappropriation of funds is a fucking crime. And if you're accusing them of misusing funds, you're getting pretty close there. You're a little ball hair width away from defaming them. So I would be very, very careful.
Funds. The total cost. Holy crap. Okay. The total cost for season 1 was $24,840. Now
they got a bunch of money left over to be able to do more seasons. Kick ass. Hell yeah. It's always great when you come in under budget. And I get, sometimes you might have like a target in like technological industries, industrial things, suppliers, logistics. You may have like a quota to hit. But it's generally, if you're just a person who's doing something or a group of people who are doing something, and especially with a large amount of money like $100,000, when really the cost of a production that small would be in the tens of thousands. Like that, nothing crazy at all. It look $24,840 for season 1 of a live play. That's, I don't know how many hours, but like it's got also like live action stuff in it. Little moments and just like sketches and stuff. Like it honestly feels like it was worth it. And having this left over means that they can guarantee more content. So I don't know. Like that's like, hiding some nuts for the winner. That's what it seems like. Like, yeah, they were being responsible with the donation money. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the gripe is.
Was them being able to fly creators down, housing them, make sure everyone was good, yada, yada, yada. You know what? I'm giving that one to them because if I supported them and I knew my favorite creators were taken care of, great. I want to make sure they're sleeping comfortably. I want to make sure that
they didn't get paid for this, by the way. They were going to make their wages from the ad revenue from uploading the video. So they weren't getting paid while they were doing all this. I mean, they were. They still had to go home and like to their other jobs and shit, but they weren't getting paid for this stuff.
Being fed. I've been to events where I've had those things. It's super freaking nice as the creator, and it makes you feel more ready to put on.
No, you haven't.
A performance. I've been in places where they didn't provide anything, and it sucks, and it's draining on you sometimes. I'm glad they took care of the creators. What I'm not happy about is they put down the remaining budget for future seasons is $47,321. People donated to this series to make season 1 the big one. That's what people donated to.
And sometimes it doesn't cost all of the money that you receive. And if you just spend that money on what, like hyper specializing, hyper optimization, like what further success can you achieve that you weren't going to get already? You're talking about margins that are like within the hundreds of thousands. Like there's no reason to over gild a lily here when you need to save money for future seasons. This man claims to be a business owner, claims to know something about business, doesn't appear to know all that much about the biz. I'm a bee. Bzz.
And if it did well, they were going to make...
Oh, there's bees on my block. I know that doesn't sound... It sounds like euphemism, but I mean that literally. There are... there's like third-party nature society people that put bee boxes on people's lawns, and they're all going in like full... They're going full thing now. They're going full send. They're all buzzing about. It's very cool. I like it. I love seeing that shit.
Other seasons. That's what I got out of those videos. That's what I understood. But instead, they spent 1/3 of their budget for season 1, the one thing that everyone wanted to see, and they're holding the rest as a just in case. I have some
What? No, that... Oh, it says right here in your text here, it says 47,321 on hold for future seasons. What? What? What did you want them? Chocolate fountains for everyone at lunch? Like what's happening? Like what did you want?
points here. They had a Q&A in their pinned comment for their first video. One of the Q&As was, how many episodes will there be? They said around 12 to 14 episodes. They didn't even know how many episodes there's going to be. Around 12 to 14 episodes airing every other week for about
that sounds like a pretty tight margin. 12 to 14. That sounds like they're pretty certain it's either going to be 12 or 14 or 13. There's only 3 numbers in that span. Calm the fuck down.
6 months. Do you guys not know how YouTube works? There is so much that I can say just from that one video that is...
Bitch, I don't think you know how YouTube works. He's hemorrhaging subscribers. All because of this little fucking tirade. And there's... I mean, I don't know if I'm the one breaking this news to anybody, but like, there's no special sauce to YouTube. It's about consistency and about content quality, but there's no special sauce. There's no like, oh, you've got to produce 3 times a day. You've got to go on this schedule. You've got to post at this specific time. It's like, I'm talking about margins that are hundredths of a percent. Can't game the system. It will show you to some people, and if they don't engage, then it won't show you to too many more people.
Crazy that this is the planned schedule for this. The people putting this on are constantly putting out content. They are like putting it...
Which makes it even more reasonable that they wouldn't be able to just come out with all of the episodes at once, like, or at least on the schedule that you want. I assume all at once. That's what it sounds like. You fucking taskmaster. I don't know if that's what he's saying, but it sounds like you want a very tight schedule, and I don't think that they could have done that, having lives and being content creators, and a lot of them are martial arts experts, and a lot of them do training. I think one of them owns a dojo. So, like, I don't know what you're expecting here, my good dude man.
Out like it's gumballs at a freaking gumball machine that's broken. You just keep turning the
I'm
knob
sorry.
and like it's gumball.
Say that again.
Putting this on are constantly putting out content. They are like putting it out like it's gumballs at a freaking gumball machine that's broken. You just keep turning the knob and gumballs keep flying out. That's pretty much how they go about doing their content. But for
metaphor I've never heard, and I didn't know that it was totally ethical for anyone to just make up a metaphor no matter how bad it is, but I guess that's allowed. I think we should make an exception for this guy, though. because that was a. I'm not sure if that was the best one. I'm not sure if that's the best metaphor that I've heard to excoriate a production that I don't like because they put out other content as their main source of income.
For these long videos for something that's super hyped and people are excited for, they're doing it every other week. Like, no.
Yeah. Like you know, like a thing that people are putting, like a group of people are putting on that aren't able to just work full time in production. Yeah. There's really nothing wrong with that. There's some people that put out one video a month, have millions of subscribers who are passionate. Just seems weird to gripe over that.
If people are hyped for this, man, you want to get those videos out. You're going to lose so much traction by doing this. And again, what happens if there isn't enough support at the end of their 12 to 14 episodes? We just saw their first episode go live. You want to know what happens with every D&D stream that has their episode 1? Their views fall by like half or even 3/4. And it just keeps going down.
Speaking from personal experience, I guess. Well, he still doesn't have a record of it. Maybe he just deletes the videos.
After that, the longer you go, it keeps going down. How do you guys know that you will have enough support by the end of this to use that $47,000? What are you going to do?
What? That's already there. That's all for the. You know that it didn't cost over 40-something thousand. You know that it cost 20-something thousand. They have enough for a season 2 right there in the budget. You see, it's in the budget. And they have more if they need it. Typically, seasons 2 of television shows cost way more than seasons 1. Unless it's a Netflix deal and they sign them on for 3 fucking seasons and then cancel them. And ugh. It's a graveyard of good shows. Decent shows. Decent shows.
With almost $50,000 of fan support. And moving on to other things as well. In Texas,
I know that it's okay to just say whatever words that you want these days, you know, like you're seeing the hard R on Twitter almost every damn day. Nazis are just going like full bore on threads. Like, I get it. I understand. But calling money that has not been misappropriated fan funds or whatever the fuck you were calling it, and then like saying, oh, it's people's donations. Like, that's so slimy. That's so trying to color this conversation. Like, fuck you.
To use that $47,000, what are you going to do with almost $50,000 of fan support?
Fan support.
And moving on to other things as well. In Texas, about the
I got to make this sound way more impactful. What other terms can I use?
end of January,
Just
there was a
it's
big
money.
storm that happened. It was an ice storm, and you know what? We had ice and snow everywhere for about a week, and then it was gone. I point that out for a reason, because what they say here is mind-boggling to me. In their other Q&A,
I believe you mean to say mind-bottling.
they say, will there be any live action scenes? Yes, but not for season 1. Not for the season that people donated for. We only had 3 days to film, and the Texas ice storm meant we couldn't shoot outside for live action bits.
Okay. You expressed a concern, and then you laid out their reasoning why they couldn't fulfill that expectation. And it seems like they made sure not to promise live action scenes in season 1. What? What is your gripe again? I have to wonder. So far, we've a total 0 issues. Just that he thinks that they were wasting the money, that they could have spent it differently. Well, guys, this could have been a comment. This really could have just been a comment under the first episode. Guys, I think that you could have spent the money a little differently. Here's how I would have done things if I could have done them myself. That's it. And then you walk away, and then you keep doing your shitty content. That doesn't get your wife back in your bed at night. That was mean. but I can't assume that anyone would like spending time around you the way that you've been described and the way that you're acting.
In future sessions, we will have some live action highlights of cool moments, and we may revisit some in the best moments for season 1. They may! Cool moments, and we may revisit some in the best moments for season 1. They may!
Drink it in. Just bathe in the glow. This is insane.
They're not even promising you that you're getting what you donated for season 1. No, you freaking do that because that's what you guys promised what we were going to experience. They also say, we also know that the audio was quiet at times. There were some recording issues, but we are working to make the...
And there's the only other issue that he addressed. And good, Justin. How are you doing? And that was a non-issue, apparently. So
best of what we have. Season 1 had to be planned, filmed, and edited very quickly. Because of that, we didn't have much time to test and troubleshoot our tech. We are already hard at work on planning and logistics for season 2. Why? Why did you guys have to plan, film, and edit this so quickly? Why? Give us a reason.
What? I'm getting whiplash. The issue was that they weren't putting out episodes fast enough, and then now the episodes are coming out too fast. What?
And why that had to be done as fast as possible. From my point of view,
we're looking at a business moron who is bad at running business and for some reason or another is crashing out over D&D. He's crying about D&D with a session that he has nothing to do with a group of people that he has no current affiliation with or even seemingly past affiliation with. And he made a video where he's essentially just crying about it.
I'm yelling. I am frustrated. This is... Do you want to know why it was so weird that you never saw a receipt from that donation and suddenly they're on vacation? Because I got the receipts. I have the DMs, and if any of these creators decide to try to pull a stunt like this again, I am calling their butts out. I'm yelling. I am frustrated. This is started by a group of short form like this. This is not... It makes me so...
You know, it's intense. Do you play D&D? I do not currently. But maybe soon.
More around algorithms and numbers and things like that. Just stick to what you're good at. Stick to what you're passionate about. Well, guess what? I'm passionate about this community.
Guess what? I'm no longer afraid to tell my truth. I'm no longer afraid. So yeah, he goes on for about a half an hour.
What happens if there isn't enough support at the end of their 12 to 14 episodes? We just saw their first...
Like that. Like mostly like that.
For season 2. Why? Why did you guys have to plan, film, and edit this so quickly? Why? Give us a reason why that had to be done as fast as possible.
Because then other deliciously goateed men would complain about the slowness of the release schedule. It seems like, because that's what's happening here.
From my point of view, there's no excuse.
A few buddies who play, but I never given it a chance. Yeah, I mean, ain't no reason you shouldn't. If you like role playing, even in the bedroom. You roll a D20 for that.
You guys just wanted to get the series out because there was hype around it, and you guys wanted to get those views and that ad revenue instead of taking your time to put effort into this series that people donated to.
You mean like releasing episodes bi-weekly? I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
But instead you went, nah, we're going to chase the views. Please explain that to me.
But 2 seconds ago, they weren't just chasing the views. 2 seconds ago, they had no idea how YouTube works. This was... what?
and snow everywhere for about a week, and then it was gone. Out of those videos, that's what I understood. But instead, they spent 1/3 of their budget for season 1, the one thing that everyone wanted to see, and their how YouTube works. There is so much that I can say just from that one video that is crazy that this is the planned schedule for this. The people putting this on are constantly
because you got to post those vids. You got to post those vids.
Putting it out like it's gumballs.
They're putting it out like it's gumballs at a freaking gumball machine that's broken. You just keep turning the knob and gumball's just coming out.
But
right?
for long videos, for something that's super hype that people are excited for, they're doing it every other week. Like, no. If people
and then in the next minute, he says, "Why'd you guys have to make those episodes so quickly?"
Scenes, yes, but not for season 1, not for the season. Plan, film, and edit this so quickly. Why? Give us a reason.
Why are you contradicting yourself?
As fast as possible.
All right, just in general, I don't think I need to tell anyone this, but when you're like trying to make a point and then you contradict yourself, you kind of throw your legitimacy out the window. Like, what? Why? Why contradict yourself?
From my point of view, there's no excuse. You guys just wanted to get the series out because there was hype around it, and you guys wanted to get
just like you griped about before. Yes.
Revenue instead of taking your time to put effort into this series that people donated to, but instead you went, nah, we're gonna chase the views. Please explain that to me.
That's what
also,
you wanted.
Why build a set? If you
that's
were
what you
film
wanted.
Live action outside, because outside wasn't an option, you scrapped the entire thing that would make this series unique and so cool.
And me so angrier or less angry.
I pray and hope we see something like that in the future episodes, because if not, oh my gosh, what is wrong with you? Why did season 1 have to be planned and filmed, edited so quickly? I understand from a creator standpoint that scheduling between creators is very difficult, but they got 7 creators to figure out a time and scheduled to play D&D in around a month. If you see when they posted, hey,
he's like just seething right now. What even is that series of emotions? Like, that's such a weird baseline to maintain.
We got the funding to when they posted we're being 100% transparent about the funds. It took them a little over a month to get that all figured out. They really should have taken the time to do more troubleshooting, which it says everywhere that they ran into a lot of issues and figure out the problem.
There's no legal reason why they were beholden to even give you transparency on the funds. They're just trying to be more transparent. They're trying to be more trustworthy.
To deliver a better quality experience and uphold your promises. Let's talk about the announcement.
Uphold them! Uphold! You must uphold your promises!
Like, that is very important because that is why people donate.
I'm still getting the frog out of my throat.
Not delivered. First of all, they say they want to build a set. You know what? That's fine. You can build a set, you can have fun, you can experience that. But guess what? It feels like the set is more important than the actual piece of content. Let's go back, shall we? You know, remember these creators, the creators that you guys wanted to see? Here they are. Here's all the dead space. There's more background and set design than you do see of the creators. They said they wanted a cool video setup with 2 video angles. This setup
with 2 video angles
is something you see everywhere on Twitch. They did not deliver. They felt like they insinuated that we would see the creators do some of their martial fights.
Yeah, but how many of those overlays on Twitch with the set design include physical elements that the characters can like interact with? Like, what? Maybe I don't watch enough Twitch D&D streams, but I don't think a lot of them do have that. It seems like kind of a real production, almost crazy.
Fighting weapons, moves in these videos, and nothing. If they spent more time troubleshooting and planning, this all could have happened, but they rushed it on a $100,000 budget that was funded by fans. Now, where did all of this...
Why is his box so small? I'm sorry, excuse me. Excuse my language. I didn't mean to insinuate anything. But why is his, like his box is small? Fuck! Damn it. Like, mine's small, because it has to be. But, like, I'm not filming in my basement like he is. You know, he's got the whole thing to work with. I feel like he's misusing his space. and those that space, that studio is usually probably provided by viewer funds, so he's misusing that stuff allegedly. Business moron.
Support money go. The total number that they spent for season 1 was $24,840. $10,698 was for self-service.
Yeah, okay. Now that is definitely an allusion to misappropriation of funds. That is not. You're gonna get sued, my dude. You're gonna get sued, my dude. Comments are off, probably. You're gonna get sued, my dude. He says self-service. Like, that's, you can't do that, man. Like, that's defaming them. Because I bet you they can prove. I bet you they can prove that they didn't misappropriate any funds. And I guess I hope you have a lawyer who can keep you safe. But if you ran this script by them and they told you not to say those things and you did it anyway, then maybe your lawyer isn't very good. But that's not, you can't say self-service. That means that you are accusing them of taking the money that they got from donations, as you put it, and putting it in their own pockets. That's misappropriation of funds. That's a very serious crime. Especially for people in this tax bracket here. They're not rich enough to defend themselves properly.
And bad financial decisions. The set, the gaming table, the venue, the logo, the tablets, the camera recorders, the mics, the sounds, the lighting. $10,000, almost $11,000 of people's donated money served nothing for them. To make this happen, based on what I figured out, it would have cost around $15,000 to $16,000 for them to make this happen, based off of what we saw in the first episode.
For a good production, I don't think you're getting out that door without paying at least $20,000. Even if it's like, because I would pay my creators, like I would actually have a stipend or contractual payment for them, but that would be factored in. But you wouldn't get out of there for at least for less than $20,000 per episode. No, sir.
Percent of the donated money was used to create a product that anyone can do on a live streaming service with zero fan support.
Which could either go to show, how our technology's advanced to the point where now consumer electronics are on par with what people would consider production quality, studio quality stuff. That's still not the case, though. And quality's subjective. Like, I like the quality of my stream, even for its crappiness. Like, that's kind of like, I like that. I brand myself on my crappiness. I like that. I don't know why I kept saying I like that, but I like that. I like it. I like it. I'm okay. I promise I'm okay.
Do you not understand that? 47 has a potential to never be used if season 2 doesn't happen.
But it's guaranteed to happen. There's no reason it's not. They've promised it already. Like it's already in the pipeline. I don't know what to tell you.
Please take a good look at this number because this is crazy. I feel like this is very important.
Please take a good look at this number that I made up. Is this not crazy? Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Probably not the way you want it to be, yeah, but it's crazy. Pretty crazy.
Who did donate to this. This is what I want my understanding between me and you to be. If this is what you expected from them, great. I'm glad you're happy, and I hope you enjoy their season.
Now, this is just a weird bugaboo, but why would you type out what you're going to say in your script on the screen? Like, people, I don't think a big enough population of the people that watch this stuff is going to be either hearing or sight impaired specifically. Yeah. It feels very strange.
One of this production. I hope you have a great time. From what I can tell in the comments,
Hope you have a great time.
love this dynamic. People are laughing and having a good time, and people are saying this is one of the best things that have come out in recent time. Great. I'm so happy to hear that. I'm so happy to hear that you're having such a great time with it. If you
He really sounded like he was telling the truth when he said that. Listen to that tone of his voice. It really sounded very convincing. Stop flying in front of me, flies.
People are laughing and having a good time, and people are saying this is one of the best things that have come out in recent time. Great. I'm so happy to hear that. I'm so happy to hear that you're having such a great time with it. If you donated to just get these people together to play D&D or just to support your favorite creators,
So happy.
great.
I'm so
I
happy.
hope you enjoy
I'm so
watching
happy.
this
I'm so
talented group of creators
happy to
play
watch.
together in
Great.
the same room.
Totally great.
All the points that I'm making
Totally fine. It's
with
good.
the last
It's
one.
great.
Now, outside of getting the creators together and being taken care of, if you donated to help with costs for this production and to help them accomplish the promises they made with videos that are still up, you call them out and you let them know.
Oh, now we're inviting people to brigade them. See, now that is not good. That is a call to action and could get you banned from the platform entirely.
They have massively misused your donations to deliver a below.
He said misused for the third time. Ooh, buddy, you're gonna get sued, my dude. You're gonna get sued, my dude.
Average production for season 1 and are holding almost $50,000 of your donations for a just in case season 2.
Nope. Guaranteed. In my cursory research, which is just in the video that they released, but it's okay. In my cursory research, I was able to find out that season 2 is coming.
Rather than using it all to make the best
Guaranteed.
freaking productions with a talented group of individuals for season 1, which was the whole reason for their GoFundMe. I'm done being the nice guy. And
Did you hear that? He is done being the nice guy. No more, Mr. Nice Guy. Okay? I don't know where I've heard that before, but sounds familiar. All right? No more, Mr. Nice Guy.
I'm tired of seeing this stuff. I am tired of seeing people take advantage of this group and look at this group like,
twinsies.
oh, they're just willing to throw money at everything. We're also just going to get into this so we can get a nice paycheck. And you know what? Deliver something that they're just used to at this point. I'm so tired of it, guys.
Soak it in. See, I told you, me laughing at him crying was not. I'm not punching down. I'm not like, well, yeah, I can't do that, but I'm not like, I'm not taking advantage of a victim here. He's a genuine piece of shit. I think it's pretty clear at this point.
They're just used to at this point. I'm so tired of it, guys. I love you guys so much. I love this community, and I'm making.
Doesn't that like give you shivers on your spine when it's like when an insecure man is about to start crying? It was weird.
At this video because you guys asked me to create stuff that I'm passionate about. And again, I'm passionate about you guys. I love you guys dearly. And this stuff is pissing me off, man. This is not fair to you. It really isn't. And I'm not afraid to make these videos anymore. I'm not afraid of the backlash that'll give me. I'm not afraid of the connections that this might hurt for me.
Yeah.
I'm tired of being scared. I'm tired of being hurt. I'm tired of being frustrated.
Well, to be honest, you kind of burned your connections pretty early in the video when you said that you're going to call everybody out for like their behind the scenes shit. So even though that's probably just made up, but still like that, you've already burned your bridges.
I'm tired of seeing you guys get hurt.
Yeah.
This is pathetic, man.
I'm going to start crying too.
I hope Mid-Max
This
does
is
better.
pathetic.
I really do. I want their future episodes.
This is
to do
extremely
well.
pathetic.
But what they delivered is pathetic.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You keep shedding tears, brother. You keep shedding those strong masculine tears.
Because, man, I got the dirt. Some of you out there, you know who you are. If you try to pull some of that stuff again, you better be ready because I'm calling your ass out.
What is this even referencing? Try what again? What is the point of this? What did people do that have anything to do with this?
I'm sorry, guys. So that's gonna be it for this video.
Tomorrow, I guess this is probably going to take like 4 or 5 streams to actually get done, but tomorrow we're going to talk more about this. This is like when last podcast on the left did their Jack the Ripper series of episodes. It took like 7 episodes. I don't think that they really anticipated that. But yeah, we're gonna do this responding to the one responding to the fucking. Oh my god. Let's just I want to play more of this real quick.
The campaign immediately ended before session 1 even started because of that. And
he loves his kids. He promises. He loves his kids.
100%.
He doesn't. He's not bitter that he had kids. He's okay with it.
Now, just a little
I'm
bit of a
sure he's
background
okay with it.
the
He
world
says
that
it.
We're going to be playing in. So the world was created by these things that the people of Element called the Keepers. They are the.
What the
Looked
fuck are
like
you
the
doing?
Warlock shot an Eldritch Blast and it ricocheted off of the shield and hit him. It's great. So as the players are getting to know one another and as they're asking questions to King Rufus on what is a temporary king.
He's making all this up. He's just making all this up as he goes. There's no rhyme or reason to it. All of this is just made up. I like legitimately. I'm not. This is not hyperbole. He really is just making all this up as he goes. He's never played a D&D with anybody. Does he have any the lives? If he has lives, then maybe that's nope, no lives. Okay. Just never. It's just claiming to be an expert, claiming to be. You said he's a colonizer. Yeah.
And how do they go about things? Auric, a little bit of background for Auric. He is a mountain dwarf, and he is.
How can you have such a cutting voice and still be so boring? How tall is the average door frame? Six feet 8 inches. He could be about 6 feet. I don't know why he looks shorter than that. Maybe it's his personality. You know, if someone acts like a troll and a goblin, they probably are one. Or they probably like start to physically resemble one. It's like how dogs start to look like their owners. You know?
A part of this place. I rolls an 11, and you know the horse is just. It could be worse. They start heading to Olimford, and King Rufus is like, "All right, so, to let you know about Olimford."
Does this not sound like it's being made up on the fucking spot?
King Rufus is like, "All right, so." They start heading to Olimford, and King Rufus.
He's making it up. Right there. Like he's thinking it up right there.
Is like, "All right, so, to let you know about Olimford, it is a literal skeleton of a castle." And I phrased that wrong because my players were like,
He had a fucking typo while he was making something up.
sorry, are we staying in an actual like skeleton? Is that what you mean? No. Like it's just it's a skeleton of a castle. I couldn't think of anything else. I just kept thinking of skeleton because it was the best thing I could describe.
This is like somebody's bad improv. Have you ever heard of like dad stand-up? Like where people like do open mics and they try to do stand-up, but it's like terrible. This is like that. I think it's because they just make it up on the spot and he's trying to do that.
So That's what they wanted to focus on. I would. Oh, the time goes down. You guys fast travel to all of them for.
Seems you have bested me, barbarian. Go ahead. Do your worst. Okay, well, I left your front door open when I came in, and then your cat got out, which got hit by a wagon, and its last thoughts were why you weren't there to comfort them when they needed you the most. What in the 5 layers of bean dip was that? You told me to do my worst! Yeah, in killing me! Oh, whoa, I totally misread that. Yeah! Seems you have been...
Well, there you have it, guys. That's episode 1 of our deep journey into Duke. Maybe I phrased that differently than I should have. We're not... Oh, fuck. Alright, well, thank you guys for watching. I guess that's as good a note to leave it on as any. Have a good one. Cynic, I'll be around if you wanna chat 5:30ish. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna look at the response video tomorrow. It's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be good. All right, see you later.